What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. OG here, and we are going to discuss team building today. I'm going to give you the nitty-gritty on how it works, going from your starter team all the way up to your top team that you can possibly earn in goals, and how do you get there. So first things first, I want to go over my content coverage because it's a lot different than many, if not all, content creators. Now, if I go here to my past content, I could go pages and pages and pages, every football game I've ever covered, and what you're going to notice is that I upload daily or close to daily, and it has zero to do with clickbait videos. It's zero to do with filler videos to try to get those views because you see the monetizations on. But as you can imagine, covering these games, it takes a lot of time. Of course, you got to put food on the table. Now, I am not a huge content creator, and to be honest, when you're making content like this, even let's just say, for instance, goals, you are actually doing the opposite of clickbait videos. You are making videos, putting the same amount of time, effort, and energy to every single video, knowing that some might not get as many clicks as others because there's a lot of details in these football games. And so in order to cover everything, like if you ever played a game and there's a certain aspect that you wish there was something about that you can't find when you look it up, that you can't find on YouTube, that's what I try to cover, every nook and cranny of the game. And now that I'm only covering goals, we're in the alpha stage, I want to dissect everything. Once you can see just how incredible this game is, because the depth of this game, it goes so far, and we still aren't even close. Like, we're in the alpha stage, we're not even in the beta stage, we're still not even close to full release. So it's going to be so much more sharp, so many more details added and explained, so we can really give this game the credit it deserves. But not only that, so the players can fully understand and reach their top level of success, because a lot of times players are operating without knowing everything, and there's just not the content that covers it, because content creators, they want clicks, they want views, so they're only going to cover that topic that's going to get them the most. I don't care if 6 people can gain from one of my videos. That's 6 people that needed and learned from what I made for them, right? So yes, the views, the monetization, it's important because this stuff takes time and effort, and you need to put food on the table. But at the same time, it also helps to drive tournaments, leagues, all the cool things we're going to do in the future, giveaways tied to those, you know, for champions, for winners, stuff like that. But the bottom line is, because of this much content, right, I know that there's going to be certain people that probably misunderstand exactly what I'm doing with daily videos. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that it might drive people crazy, I could probably do even more content on this game because it is so detailed, and I love breaking down everything. And as I learn, I love providing it to you guys. So at least a video a day you can expect from me. You can expect to have every detail out there for when you're ready to learn about this game. And as I learn it, I put it out there so you can know it. Now, I wanted to point out there are memberships where you don't have to wait for the content to come on a daily basis. You can get it immediately as I finish it, right? Sometimes you get 2, 3, 4, 5 days in advance. You can get out there and watch a video. A show is about, if you watch an hour-long show, you can get 2, 4, 5 videos in that time. So within a day, you can be caught up and then turn on the game, and you're that much smarter, that much more knowledgeable. Now today, very important topic. You see my team now, right? I've almost all the way moved on from our uncommon cards, which is the green. Of course, you have the, let's call it grayish white cards, which are common, and then the black cards, which are basic. I never once had to use a basic card. It was basically full of uncommons and common cards, my team initially, when they gave me my starter squad. From there, you play games, and really what helped me out is going into play, going here into practice and completing these practice scenarios. There's rewards all the way through, and then you see the bonus rewards, and that really helped me. So right off the bat with your starter team, you can boost up. So make sure you go into play, practice, and complete these practice scenarios. As of now, there's 33. They go in depth as this game. They're just amazing at covering everything, and that's what they do in these. They have some amazing practice scenarios set up, so when you're done, you're going to have a better grasp of the game, and you get rewarded, so you can go right away and upgrade your team. Then you simply play. Now, when you're playing, you have tournaments where you can do 1v1 in solo, ranked. You even get, obviously we know practice, you can even get some points for playing bots, right? Some points as well as some challenges done, right? These challenges didn't give you anything from points to packs, and they offer you ways as well as XP here too, which we're going to go into that. That's part of improving your team, which gives you the ability to further improve your team. So we go in here then, and as we get packs, we can either buy them in the store, get them through challenges, right? We come into our collections, we see the players that we got, and then we can move them either into the subs or into the starting lineup. My one legendary player, this 90, how the heck did I get a player this good? Well, it was a reward from the devs, right, for essentially just being part of the playtesting period, logging in. I can't remember the exact reason, but that's what it came from. And absolutely beast of a card. Jill Ferns, 90 rated, right? You can see her little tidbit. It's the whole nine with every player, right? You have this little piece here where you can get a little on their bio that kind of explains their character on the pitch, but also gives you some hints at what they're good at. She's England international, right? 88 kg, 188 cm, born the 12th of December 2025 as far as in-game. She's obviously a little older than that, as you can see, but her in-game birth. Now, I'm not positive on what day she will retire, right, if it has to do with this issue date, but I'm assuming it will. Otherwise, I don't think they would have that, right? Goals is very direct with what they're doing. Now, it could change as well. We're in the alpha stage. That's the other thing. You can get a strong basis for where this game's going, but some of these things will change as we proceed. But right now, that's what I believe this issue date becomes important for. That's the date this card was essentially born, because these are all unique cards. There is no other Jill Ferns, right? You can see all the positions she plays, her strong foot, what she's done so far. The only thing off, she's played many more than one match. So I'm not sure what that's about, but that obviously can be fixed later. Again, it's just the alpha stage. And then you see her stats, which if you want to know the detailed stats, I had another video on that. And you can go into playgoals.com and read how every one of these stats ties into how the player performs on the pitch. It is all a science, guys. So make sure you go read all of that. So there's Jill Ferns. There's a little tidbit. Here she is in game. Now, as you see that little number right there, it says around 2 million I'm at, a little above 2 million. And then it has a slash, and then there's 5.5 million on the right. You see that there's a little, kind of meter, if you will, and we're almost halfway through that circular meter. Once we get full way around, she upgrades. Now, what upgrades exactly? Well, when you flick your right stick, you see the lightning bolt. Then on a few players, you see 1 out of 1 incomplete. Once Jill Ferns and the rest of the cards that are making their way around that meter, once they get full way around with that, what is XP is what you earn. Every game you play, you get XP. Then the player upgrades, okay? So on the 0 of 1s, they upgrade 1 time. But I want to show you something. If I go to my collection, you see certain players have 1 out of 2, right? So for instance, Mate has already made it around, got enough XP to improve, to get an upgrade. Those stats, I think its pace was like 70 before, now it's 76. Dribbling was like 74, now it's 79. And he's going to get a whole nother boost, right? And a whole nother upgrade. Then other cards had 3. So you have 1, 2, and even 3. Now, I don't know if there's 4, 5, 6, maybe, or maybe eventually when they add cards there will be. But that's huge to look at, because when you may be discarding, cards to sell for their value, you want to make sure you look at this 0-2 and 0-3, because if their stats are somewhere that after 1, 2, 3 upgrades could be great, keep that player, get them experience, even if they come off the bench or you only use them in, say, solo cups or something because they're not as good as your other players. Keep them around, because after their boosts are completed, they could be absolute monsters. You just have to, just like a young player that you can't play right away, but you develop them up and play them later. That's where this boosting stage or upgrade stage, whatever you want to call it, evolution stage, evolving a player up, that's where it comes in handy, right? Now, on this side, I want you to look at the fact that almost all my players are at least rare, or I have 2 epics, right? Then we talked about Jill Ferns, which is legendary, and then the highest rated card I don't have, it's a mythic. That can go all the way up to like 99, I believe, is a ceiling. Now, that could change later. But you can actually evolve a player from, let's say, an uncommon to a rare. And that's where, let's see here, I believe Niabali was upgraded already. Let's see who it was. Nope, it was Hong Cannon was upgraded. He used to be an uncommon, just like Dione. Now, Hong Cannon, because of his upgrade, you see, completed upgrade, only had 1. He's a rare. Now, if he had 2 or 3, shoot, he might be able to go up to an epic card, right? This epic card only gets 1 upgrade, but maybe Sparks gets elevated enough she becomes a legendary. They can evolve into the next version, which goes from, as I said earlier, basic, common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, mythic. It's a beautiful thing. What I really love about that, it's kind of a nod, like this game entirely is. It's a nod to the beautiful parts of every game, and not just football games, right? These card names, the rare, the mythic, all that, that's what they're called in the card games, whether you're talking about Magic the Gathering, Legends of Runeterra. And yes, I'm a nerd. I love those strategy card games too, so that's kind of a cool nod to that. Just like in-game, the anti-time wasting red line that comes up, or the end of half, end of game stoppage time line that goes across, it's kind of a nod to Fortnite, right? Then, of course, you have the evolving players, which is cool because it's similar to like gaining points to evolve your player in eFootball, like training points, but also a little bit to the original UFL. UFL is just newer, so UFL is almost doing the same thing as Goals with the copying from other games, only Goals does it right. UFL doesn't know what they're doing. And then on top of that, you have the different levels of cards, right? But it's just brilliant the way that they kind of added this unique factor in where they're all made up players. So you're never going to have a mirror match. Everybody has their own superstar players that you can get behind. Like Sparks is going to be an absolute beast. When she's on the ball, you know what she's bringing to the table. When Kocha, yeah, he might only be able to sprint and might only be able to shoot, but he does them both so well. He's going to frustrate you if you ever ask to dribble, if you ever ask to pass. Ferns, absolute beast everywhere but the attack. She can do everything, including dang near walk the ball onto the goal line, but once she gets to the goal line, she might just miss the shot, right? As you see here with her shooting. So each of these players, Altani, absolute lights out defensively as well. Between him and Ferns, they make a great partnership, and that's just the thing. And as these players evolve, they become even more prominent within the team potentially, especially the ones with 2 and 3 evolutions. Who knows where they'll end up? It's a beautiful thing, and not every evolution's the same, right? You don't know what stats are going to evolve. I know that throughout the patches they actually upgraded how much of the stats and the focus of the stats that were evolved. Even this shooting for Coach, I believe before we'd have to look, but was like at an 84, 83. Now the attacking IQ at 98. It makes a difference because you see the overall, but then when you look at the particulars, that's where it really matters. Like attacking IQ at 98, finishing 93 now. Penalties 99, that's great too, but you can go across the board. Maybe his aggression used to be like an 87, now it's a 96. Strength might have been like an 85, now it's a 92. So look at the overall upgrades, yes, but go in and look at the detailed stats that were upgraded as well. They might not even have moved your number for, let's say, passing, That's a bad example for Kocha, but they might not have been enough to move your overall number for defending. But maybe now, Kocha went from like 65 interceptions to 79. That's pretty significant because he could track back a bit and help get some interceptions. I'm just making up examples, but it's a beautiful thing to see a player that you've grown to love in your team get rewarded for doing well on the pitch. The faster they get, the better you do on the pitch, the more you play, right? The faster they get upgraded, the more they can help your team. Now, I love where they're going with this. I would like to see a few additions, and if it's anything like it has been, which I guarantee it will be because I'm part of the Goals Discord, and they're just so good at taking in all the information, good and bad feedback, ciphering through it, and they do listen, they do add things because they're players themselves. If it's a good idea, they'll take it. It's not an ego thing. That's why they released this alpha version, because they don't have egos over there. They're going to listen to their player base. So you never know. If you have anything that could possibly help on top of what I'm about to talk about, leave it in the comment section. Goals is watching, right? The Goals development team is looking for ways that they can improve. And if they don't like whatever ideas you have in the comments or I have, so be it. But we put it out there, and if there's anything cool, we could see it in the game down the road. So what I'd like to see more of, right, even though I get the idea of these packs not being able to, they can't just put legendary packs out and rare packs, because then it's going to be easy for players, whether it's if they eventually did microtransactions or just players that have a lot of time to grind up, they're going to be able to constantly get these packs, unless they maybe added legendary packs, added rare packs, but then put a huge price on them to where it's going to take a while to grind the game. Like, hey, if you grind the game that much, you deserve it. Or they can put a ceiling on packs like they did, where like you get one total for the month or one total for the week. But what I'd like to see even more than that is more in depth, going more in depth with these evolutions of these players, right? So maybe you can't go in the store and just go purchase a new legendary and a new epic and a new, whatever, over and over and over, or constantly get your team to where you have all mythics, right? Because there has to be a progression, right? There has to be progression. Otherwise, you hit that dead end like UFL famously did, where they're the only game so far to have to scrap within a year. They had to scrap. They had a skin system. They had to scrap it all. But what you could do is have different packages, boost packages, different ways that you can upgrade these players. Maybe they aren't even permanent, right? But that way, you're still continuing to evolve your team while not giving players just, they're quickly going to have full 99s, and then that's it. Because I don't necessarily want to see you fast track, even though there's eventual player retirement, which is brilliant. That unique aspect keeps this system from where you're hitting a ceiling. You're going to have to restart at the bottom. But they don't want to necessarily just zip through retired players. Zip through more, zip through more, zip through more, zip through more, right? They want you to grow accustomed to using these players, and you grow your own superstars. You have these storied players in your team, just like real football, right? Where it's not like, oh, one day I have this player, next day I don't. One day, that's how it is in FC. Constantly switching. There is no real team that you're building where you're getting used to how the player performs on the pitch, and as you get to know that player's strengths and weaknesses better, you then do better with them on the pitch. No, it's constantly in and out with players. So they do a good job, but that's where maybe certain temporary boosts, maybe it's certain boosts you can earn. Once you get 15 tackles, you get, I don't know, a tackle boost plus interceptions boost, or you track interceptions, or you track goals and assists for attackers, and they get certain boosts for certain amounts of games because their confidence is so high. It's like a confidence boost, so they get, that translates to stats, right? Ways that you can further, evolve these players, these same players you have, but maybe in a more temporary situation. So you're getting rewarded for playing the game, right? You're constantly adding additions to your players. Maybe there's certain team rewards too, where you can pick which players get these temporary boosts, right? As well as even more evolutions. This is a great start with the different levels, 1, 2, and 3, but maybe even more ways to earn them. Maybe if you like a certain player that only has one level, you can earn the ability to put a booster on one of these players to give them another level or 2 levels on their evolution. That would be cool as well. For instance, let's say Han Cannon, I really liked him, but he's kind of reached his peak and other players are passing him up. Maybe I'm able to earn through X, Y, and Z, however they decide to earn it, the ability to gain another boost, and maybe it can be even more focused. Like, this is a boost for defense, acceleration and close dribbling, or defense, acceleration, and ground pass, and they name the boost. Whatever it could be. You could do the same for goalkeepers, obviously. So just further evolving the evolution system, if you will. Further upgrading the upgrade system, whatever you want to call it. But that way, you're staying away from just constantly players just opening packs, teams constantly changing, instead of having like where you're growing your team, but you're still having that team building, that evolution, and you're strategically placing these different temporary boosts based on your needs in your team. So that would be a good idea. And if you needed to go to a situation where players wanted the packs are super popular, but they're not being open enough, you could simply speed up the retirement. You could absolutely do that. So if you sped up the retirement process, then that would allow you to give more of the upgraded packs. So maybe teams can be more quickly upgraded. Yeah, but you're not just going to get that 99 team and be comfortable. You're going to lose those players pretty quickly, too. That could be another thing. But just some ideas. They already are in a great spot. I don't see this system failing. The retirement system that they have already makes it to where the UFL BS with the skin system being scrapped after people spent tons of time grinding their team tons of money, where they would max out their players over there. If you're not familiar, UFL, for instance, you could take this Kocha and get him to 91. That was their max rating. Once he was max, you could give him all these skills. Well, there's only a certain amount of skills, quote unquote, that you want, or what would be in FC like play styles. And then once you're done, that's it. That player's done. And players within a year were maxed out, every one of their players. But unlike FC, where they have to restart every year because they aren't smart enough to come up with a different system, UFL had nowhere to go. So now you're just done with the team building aspect, which is some of the a lot of players, that's one of their favorite parts, including myself. So if they would have came up with the retirement idea, oh my goodness, right? They could still be going, but they didn't. And goals did. So now the sky's the limit with what they can do with this retirement deal, because it will allow you, even if you lose a star player and you're upset, you can get excited for how to replace that player. Maybe there's even a protege type of situation where you get a protege pack and you get to pick one of your current players, and that player comes up under their tutelage, aka they're going to go on a development path similar to that star player that you're getting ready to lose to retirement. How cool would that be, right? So it gives you the ability to eventually know you're going to have a similar player. Not exact, but similar. They can create stories behind it too. Like, little Johnny Goals was Trisha Sparks' protege. But the difference was little Johnny Sparks had some insane defensive abilities as well. And then the time comes where, maybe he can choose a boost, one side or the other, and he could go more of a all-around midfielder because he has defensive ability, or he can keep training his shooting and become an elite wing mid / striker, and then you can kind of choose their path based on what options the game gives you, right? There's just a lot of cool things you can do with these unique players that you cannot do with the real life players, because Hullet already has a story. R9 already has a story. So you get these players and all you can do is like eFootball. We got this version of Hullet in this version of Hullet in this version of Hullet in this. And we got these Showtime skills, which are the gimmicky, like, oh, he can shoot 8 times at a boosted rate. Then he can, when he's dribbling in the final third, his dribbling goes up to 90 from 80. But the problem is that what they do is they just release a Hullet with 2 of those. The next he has 3 Showtime skills. And then next we give you 1 stat booster, then 2. Then now the Hullet that comes out has 4 Showtime skills, and 4 stat boosters. All they're doing basically is re-releasing the same card. So what if Sparks retires and they give you another Sparks, but instead of saluting with her, left hand, she's saluting with her right hand. So it's just a different picture, same Sparks. Or then you get a third Sparks, but now she has like 2 stats that are higher. But it's your third version of Sparks. Eventually, you're going to get bored of just the same cards over and over and over. And that's where Goals doesn't have that problem now. The sky's the limit as far as how creative they can get and what they can do. Because I know one of the biggest problems is the time it's taking to kind of be rewarded to get players to replace these lower rated players. And remember, it is the alpha version, but what you run into, at least now, is some of the players that have been playing like since day one, haven't stopped, whatever, or however they have them. I'm assuming that's just playing longer. They'll have all higher rated cards, and playing against, an 88, 85 rated card with a 70, it's quite a difference in stats, and you can see it out on the pitch. And of course, if you have your ratty players, they'll exploit that even more. But you also got to remember, full release, it's going to be more manageable to place players not only closer in distance, right? So the connection's even better, even though the connection's so good in Goals, much better than any other game already. It's alpha stage, and they have more servers coming, but it's that the players, some of the teams you're playing against are way higher rated. That will go away as well. You're going to be playing players more evenly strength, right? So your skill comes into it more than just, they have full beast mode players versus my starter team. Like, of course they're going to, so don't look into that too much. But as far as the team building part, that's how it goes, and how you can get your team, like your Kocha, who's now completed at a 71. That's how you can get him replaced, either by continuing to evolve players on your bench, right? It's not going to be with Frost. She's totally complete, and Kocha still brings more to the table, even if it's just with his shooting and pace. But then eventually, when I do earn the packs through whether it's challenges or certain community rewards, whatever it is, that's when Kocha comes along. And you never know, maybe one of these players with 2 and 3 boost levels can end up ahead. I mean, this Hoffer card right here, if somehow she can get her shooting 1,000,000 points up, maybe she could replace him. Not really. The shooting's a little too low there. But you never know. I mean, who else? Let's see. Goalkeeper there. You never know with this Mate. He's got brilliant heading. Heading's pretty powerful. You never know. Maybe after he gets done with another evolution, let's just say he had 3 upgrades or evolution of abilities, whatever you want to call it, maybe he could have ended up replacing Coach, or maybe he still does, right? So just remember, it's in the alpha stage. They can continue expanding on that. You leave in the comment section what you think about where they're at so far, with this team building aspect, and if there's anything that you would see that you think would be awesome. Hopefully this was helpful. If so, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check my YouTube bio. There's tons of ways you can get perks. Like I said earlier, when you get a membership, it's a couple bucks a month. You get content right away. I'm talking 2, 3, 4, 5 videos that other people won't get for 2, 3, 4, 5 days. You get them right away. There's also coaching available as we go further. We're going to have an esports team, a 5v5 team, as well as just an all-around community where we train together, play together, look to build leagues and tournaments, but all under the same banner of providing the best Goals gameplay possible. Trying to spread the good gameplay that this game provides in a football gaming world full of toxic nonsense, trash football, right? So in order to really learn more about that and be a part of it right from the start, join my Discord. It's free, and it's a great community. So don't forget to do all that. I'm going to continue this stream, but as far as this video, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Alright guys, so hopefully that was helpful. Obviously for anybody who's not on this stream, that will be made into a video. I think they're doing a great job, and they'll just only get better from here. But now, comes the fun part, right? Say you just got done with team building, you just got some upgrades, which I have, both Kocha and my girl Sereno, which we haven't really read about Sereno. As these players kind of earn my attention, if you will, that's when I go and read about them. How about that? Liana Sereno, 177 centimeters. So I got her actually on December 13th. It's the 15th now. I think she was upgraded, or was she not? I have to look to see. It doesn't have it on here, but I think she was. A humble player, she shines with her exceptional defensive IQ and relentless jockeying, making her a difficult opponent to pass. While her stamina can be a concern, aggressive tackles often disrupt the opposition's play. So what's her stamina? Ooh, 57. Ouch. Jockey 96, defensive IQ 94. Oh, man, I'm glad they said that. See, that's where I got to pay attention more. So Dione might have to come in, although for at least the alpha build, the stamina isn't as much of a factor, but believe me, it will be eventually. All right. I'm going to do something real quick. Make sure I label this right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. They're gained from one of my videos. That's 6 people that needed and learned. Perfect. All right, cool. Cool. All right. Let's get after it. Yeah, and so just a little early notification on this as we get closer. I will be looking for top players, non-rats, so there is a certain play style that I'm looking for. Doesn't have to be like you have to play just like me, but I'm talking about no exploits, no nonsense, just beautiful football. I'm looking for players that share that mindset, share that play style to join OGFC. For one, we're creating a 5v5 team, and then just a community of players that will always showcase in the tournaments, always showcase in the league, so we will play against each other in that nature, but also just to train together and play, and the goal is just to provide a great outlet for this game and to show beautiful football as a whole, because the football gaming scene has turned to shit, let's be honest. So it's a great opportunity for many people to either start a channel if that's their dream. If they're skilled players, they want to go the pro route, you better believe there will be a pro scene. They already got some excellent 5v5 tournaments. So if you're a good individual player, controlling one player, working within a team, you could be on the 5v5 team only, or maybe 5v5 and part of OGFC, and maybe you want to start a channel around that, or whatever you may do. It's not like, oh, all pro scenes go to me type of thing. It's literally just playing within our leagues, our tournaments, and then if either both or only our 5v5 team under our banner, and then from there you can expand. So it'd be a great opportunity for you and a great opportunity for us to gain other great players to showcase how good this game could be. So more news on that as we go, but just anybody that comes across me just saying that, you get a little head start on the info, and maybe you can work your butt off if you have a code to be able to play right now and get yourself in that situation to make the squad. All right, no other challenges when 1v1. Okay, daily, so that's a good pack to get. I don't have any Icelandic players. Canadian players I don't have, dang it. Daily reward in 1 day, so play one quick player ranked match. Perfect, I'll get that soon. So those are the playtest daily ones. Anything else coming? Score 5 headers. So I had that. Now it's uncommon players only. That will come later. No legendary packs or anything. So those legendary rewards come few or far between. I'm glad I was part of that, opening that. I've yet to have those really small percentage chances of getting those higher rated players in those lower packs. I haven't seen that come or happen yet. At least not me. I haven't heard about it from anybody in my community that plays yet. So we'll see if that ever comes about with those real low percentages. All right, here's these solo cups. Is this new then? Road to Playtest Week Cup. Yep, a new cup. Playtest Week Cup. 250,000. Okay, and then one of these. All right, so let's get in here. This is a new cup. No retired players. So see, you can keep your retired players like in your collection and maybe use them outside of rank. There's also going to be a mode called Knockout, which is going to be like you earn some big rewards within that. That's going to be like a big, I'm assuming like a champs type of mode here, whereas like ranked will be more for instant rewards. I gotta have an Argentinian player, and the overall is max 90. My team, so I'm fine. That stinks because we're gonna be playing some. There's the ability for players to use some beast, right? So it stinks for me because we're not up there yet, so that's not gonna hold us back. But I'm missing the Argentinian player. So my only option right now would be to keep opening packs until I got an Argentinian player. But we're just going to play ranked for a little while. Make sure you're always checking these tournament pages, right? There's also the Solo Cup. This Champions Cup offers some pretty good rewards. At least for this main one. I have France and Brazil players, so I could play that one. If it was a blue pack for rares, I'd be more inclined to do it. So let's go ahead and get in and keep grinding tournaments. Let me go real quick sweep through these challenges. Rookie Contender Champion. These ones. So wow for there, wow for that. Oh, this is where playtest. This is where you could see daily. Okay, no, that wasn't it. Download companion app. Okay. Somewhere in here, I thought was that legendary player opening. All right, let's get into it. Those rewards just came out. Not much going for it, but now we're just looking to upgrade players, keep climbing the ranks, and keep just playing beautiful football. And then I need to get an Argentinian player. We're on the hunt for an Argentinian player. Here we go. First game of the session after going over the team building. Playing a very strong player. Super Fretas 44. A division ahead of us, so we are the underdog here. But that's fine. We can handle it. Let's see what we're working against. Just because you play a higher skill rated player, they could have just played a lot more games. Doesn't necessarily mean you're just going to get stomped. They will have the higher rated players, of course. Now attacking mid. You see he's even got one of the uncommon suit. He's not even past that with all rares and above. Very strong, solid team though. Let's see how we do here in our 5-2-1-2. And we're off. Let's do it. No idea what that pause is. I'm sure it will go by full release. It's just something offsides. I think it held too long. Nope. Oh, Maybe another touch there. No! She took an extra touch when I didn't want her to. One too late. Otherwise, that would have been beautiful, guys. Oh, man, that would have been beautiful. Ah! Silly on the touch. Oh, you got lucky, buddy. You got lucky. No, that was supposed to go wide. Nope. Nothing going there for you. Yes, what a ball. Yes! Oh, no way you missed. Oh, my goodness. Beautiful footwork by Sparks. They do need to nerf that L1, R1 pullback a bit. Just because it's a beautiful move, but it's a bit too powerful right now. But more defensive animations and it will be fine. Just because some of the instances are unrealistic where it's like that would be tackled. Great D, buddy. Great D. All the way out. Good. Good. Ah! Great defensive awareness to step on me there. Uh-oh. Great save. Great save, keeper. Oh, come on. Oh, I was there. There, you're in. Yes, you're in. Come on, Kocha. Yes, yes. Oh. Ah, I thought I could split the hairs there. Notice how we're watching the passing lanes good here. Oh, I was right where I wanted to be, too. No! Beautiful shot. Unlucky by my opponent. Very opportune. Stay on sides. Good. Wish they would make better runs on those crosses would be good. On those, always watch the middle, more importantly, if you have to make a choice. Ah, just get rid of it. Yes, get up there. Oh, wish you would have done what I did and headed it back. Earlier, I lost a golden goal like that. I tried to head it to my goalie and it was too far. And so a player that would have been offsides, I head him in and he scores the winning goal. It pissed me off, man. I couldn't believe it. And it was a real ratty, crappy player, but he was way higher rated than me. Beautiful game of football so far. Let's keep it going. 0-0, but still an exciting game, at least to play, hopefully to watch too. Good focus. Oh, no. Good. What a ball. Oh, I thought I had him there. Thought he tried to mark me too tight. And wow. Bit lucky there for sure. Man, he's got some players with some good defensive awareness. All right, we'll take that. Good. 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 Yes! Yes! What a goal. Wow, we put him in a great position to do well. And that's exactly what he did. Pertuz has great dribbling, as you can see, great close dribbling. And it's just beautiful stuff. Notice there was no rat crap where I tried to run into the defender, run through him. It was all close ball work. Very tough to defend those when you have an elite defender, and that's where Pertuz lacks in speed, but he's an elite defender. Good. Go. Go. Yes. You're in. You're in, Sparks. Coach is not elite defender. Oh, yes. Oh, no. I should have went near post. Kind of like a rebound play I wasn't expecting. There it is. There it is. Oh, there it is. Yes. Beautiful. It's so realistic, guys. It's not even funny. It's so realistic. Yes, look. The goalkeeper reaction save and then the tap in. Guys, that's as realistic as it gets. And they're just going to sharpen up the details from here. It's unbelievable. In alpha stage, to have true football like this is insane. So if you notice, one of the problems he's having is with my low block, right? But notice that I'm still actively defending. I'm constantly moving my defenders in passing lanes, in dribbling lanes. And that's where you'll have the ratty nonsense right now. A lot of times is the players trying to take advantage of lack of defensive animations, right? Lack of just a complete game to try to get wins when it does nothing. It proves nothing, right? I'm still actively defending. Yes, there's some shortcomings when you are trying to defend without a full array of animations, but it still trains you great for getting ready for the actual game coming out, right? You're going to be way further ahead than wanting an extra win in the alpha version of a game, and so you play like a complete rat, taking advantage of, oh, they don't have X, Y, and Z yet, so I'm going to run into the defender. I'm going to do a 4-2-4 and do the same double pass into my second striker every time because my player's open or it's glitched in this area. The players are just goofy. What people waste their time with, these rats in these games, it's just hilarious to me. Like how they think that's worth their time, or especially the ones who justify like, oh, I won. I'm better at playing the game and learning. It's like, no, dude, no, you're not playing football at all. When we grew up, like this is a back in the day type of story, but when we grew up, there was always glitches in the games, right? And this was before online days. This is when it's you and your buddies making your own tournaments and stuff. But I'll give you an example in a hockey game. There was a glitch where in hockey, from the face-off, you could chip in the puck and it would go over the goalie's shoulder and you could score. It was automatic goal. There was no stopping it, okay? And we would ban that. We would find glitches. There was one in a FIFA where you could take a shot from just inside the center circle off of a kickoff, another automatic goal, right? Another automatic goal. And so we would ban that. We would ban those because it didn't prove anything. It wasn't fun. We played football games because we wanted to go out in the yard and actually emulate real football. You never saw players scoring glitches. So we got the 2-1 victory. He got a nice little cross goal at the end there. He's probably thinking, man, I should have went for that earlier. But we would ban all that stuff because there's no point in using stuff that's not even in the game in real football. It's pointless, right? But nowadays players in these, for some reason, it's changed. It's this younger generation. What are they doing? All right, 2-1 victory against a player way higher in his SR than us. He was playing a 4-2-2, but we did well there. His Cassis was never a problem at all. His legendary player. My Ferns shut him down all game. Ferns and Altani, honestly. Even though his Cassis went against my Frigario, who's new in there, by the way. Let's go look at Frigario. Did very well there. New to the center back 3. She's a wing mid at heart, which is interesting. Italian international, right? Let's check her out. Check out her little tidbits in here in the browser. A charismatic force on the wing. She possesses, but she plays center back for me. She possesses blinding acceleration and agility that leaves defenders bewildered. While her close control isn't always perfect, her electrifying pace and balance make her a constant threat. She approaches a game with confidence and flair. Notice 98 acceleration, sprint speed, 87, but notice her ability to play any position on the pitch, right? So maybe eventually I use her somewhere else when she gets her boost. Maybe her shooting goes up, or her passing or crossing goes way up and she becomes an elite crossing specialist, right? But look at that defensive ability. I mean, that's brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant. And because I have a back 5, I can afford a little shorter center backs on the left center back side and the right center back side. Although 183 CM isn't the worst, right? Once I get in the 170-ish area, 170s, oh, that's a little too short for my liking. 188 CM for Ferns. I think Altani's like 185. Yeah, 185. Coach of my strikers, 175. So, like, yeah, Coach, I don't think you could play. Oh, yeah, look, he can play any position on the pitch. He even has 72 defending. But that elite shooting, attacking IQ, and finishing makes her, I always do that, makes her, Harriet Kocha, great striker. And Sparks is an absolute beast, too. Near perfect acceleration. Her speed isn't there, so she's not going to blow away from you, but she's going to be able to cut you in and out. Well, nope. That dribbling, I didn't realize. I forgot about her dribbling. I said it, though, in the game when she got the ball, so I'm like, she's not the best at close dribbling. But look at Pertuz, for example. 96 agility, 97 skills, right? 89 close dribbling. He's the one who scored that first goal to break open the score. Brilliant stuff. And I believe he might be my best dribbler. Nope, Ferns. Ferns is... Like, eventually she could easily be a Cam, but just never shoot the ball. You never know. Maybe her upgrade will get her shooting where at least she could play like Cam. She could easily play. Where I really want her is in this defensive mid role eventually. Probably replacing Singh, who's there because of the 87 passing, brilliant passing. No challenge, win 5 games, got a basic pack. Still no Argentinians or Icelandians. Three more challenges? Make 10 tackles. Okay. 150,000 XP. Might have been able to upgrade my players there. There's a good little pack. There's that daily reward. There's that daily reward. Finland, not Iceland. Come on, give me somebody that can upgrade my team. and that wouldn't be it. And that's definitely not Iceland. What country are we looking at there? I want to take a closer look at that guy. What country is that? Bermuda. He's Bermudian. Bermudian. So is this Qatari then? What would his say? Qatari? Qatarian? Or Qatari? Qatari! I knew it. See, man, I know my stuff. Pertuz is Colombian, right? Yes. American, Turkish, Portuguese, English, Dutch. Luke Singh sounds like Indian, maybe, right? But it's Dutch. Dutch. Saudi Arabian, Italian, English, Greek, Finnish, right? Let's make sure. Finnish, Senegalese. I thought it was Cameroonian before, but Senegalese, yep. Brazilian, Croatian. Senegalese, 2 Senegalese players. Interesting. They could even do like that, like a little chemistry addition to the team. I should have added that in the team building, man. That could have been cool. Goals, if you see this, you could add a little chemistry booster for players from the same nation too. That would be pretty dope. Ukrainian, Portuguese, Turkish, Swiss, Italian, French, another Qatari, Bermudian, African nation, I'm assuming. No, South American nation, Bolivian. But look, the logo isn't in the middle, so that's why I thought African nation. If they would have showed me the Bolivian thing in the middle, I would have known. Thanks, Tudis. Good game, buddy. Good job. Way to play the game the right way, man. You run across these rats that are making the game look like crap in its alpha stage instead of just, playing the game the right way. But yeah, you got that nice. That was a good cross at the end, dude. I think the crosses look great, dude. They look very realistic. I think these guys are doing a fantastic job. Can I ask how you got your team to where it's at? Have you been playing for a while, or do you have a trick to upgrading quicker? Or I didn't go in. Usually I look at the player stats after. I haven't looked at yours yet to see how many games you had. And again, I know it's the beta alpha stage, so I'm not expecting perfection. But I was just curious. You had a pretty solid upgraded team. All right, so you guys are going to get to see a live upgrade. Attila Felisberto. Only 1 level. So here's his upgrade. Obviously, it costs some points. So look, you get to see in the green exactly what was upgraded. So you get a couple of those, right? I mean, look at this. 90 pace now. 95 passing, which was already brilliant. His passing was already brilliant. Shooting goes up to 67. Interesting. Defense a little bit, dribbling a bit. Yeah, so he's not going up anywhere now, but he could eventually. We're getting close, though. Pretty soon, Elaine will get upgraded. McNabb, the English keeper, I read about her. Salah. We have read about Kocha, right? Let me make sure. Yeah. Potent striker despite limited ability, heading ability. Limited really everything except for shooting and running. But it's pretty good. Intelligent finishing, attacking IQ is perfect too, so those runs are great. Really a very sick 71 rated player. That's why you got to look close at these players. If you see high stats in a couple areas like 92 pace, 86 shooting, like take a look at the players because it typically means they're specialists. Like this Felizardo is really good. Oh no, but she had the low defensive IQ. That's right. In her position, it does show. Like in the back, when you have those players in the middle that are open, man, it shows. Yeah, you see why I don't really go after these. Very small percent chance. To get really good players. But to get another 71 rated like a Kocha could be good. But typically I'm getting players like this. So then if I go to like swaps, which I think is brilliant. I wish you could upgrade it though. Like for instance, 50 uncommons get you 1 epic or something like that. That would be cool then, right? For swaps. Oh, there's +4s? I only seen +3. I didn't even know there's +4s. Very cool. Yeah, very cool. I just did a full video breaking that down, and I think I'm going to add something to it right here. Right? So this is a cool part of gaining a community, right? Because when you're learning the game, not only can you help teach, but you can learn some things as well. So we only have the +1s here, and then in my collection, I have some +2s and +3s. They can go all the way up. You can get +4s, 5s, 6s. You can take players all the way up the ladder, even into mythic stages if you get to that point with a, I don't know, a rare player or a epic player that has higher evolution ability or upgrade ability, whatever you want to call it. It's brilliant stuff. So that helps you out to understand what you're looking for when you get these players before you sell them off for points. Make sure you're flipping the card with the right stick and looking at this, the lightning bolt, and then that number on the right side, like where these say 2, these say 3, these here say 1, because then you know where your player can go. For instance, if this Palmero had a +5 upgrade ability, he could end up being who knows how good, right? And then he could skip up to the next level or levels, which is huge. So it allows you, once again, to take players and evolve them, just like you get a player and they become better in your team. They develop. So it has that real football sense tied into it. So make sure you're looking at these evolution or upgrade levels, right? Whatever the official term is, which is the number to the right side of the lightning bolt. Then that XP number at the top, as you know, you get that circle all the way around, get that many XP points by playing the game, right? Using these players' experience points, and that experience gets all the way around, they get 1 upgrade. Then you go around again, they get 2 upgrades. Go around again, 3, 4, however many, till that number is reached. Once that number is reached, as you see here, these 2 players, Kocha, right, and Sereno only had 1 level, so now that's as high as they can go. They are maxed out. But remember also to look, if you have a specialist like Kocha, you see those 2 stat areas, 92 pace, 86 shooting. Remember to go in and look at the details. For Kocha, 86 acceleration, 97 speed, but then within that 86 shooting, she has 98 attacking IQ and 93 finishing. 99 penalties helps too, but besides having that weak foot, she is the perfect striker as long as you're not trying to dribble anybody. You're just trying to send her through. She's a through ball specialist and a finishing specialist. So at 71 rated, she's going to be a lot better than, I mean, look at these rare cards, right? She's a whole level above them overall as an uncommon, but still more valuable to me than these rare cards. So make sure you're looking at the stats before you sell players, for one, but then also look at their upgrade ability as well. Not to mention, I wanted to add something too that would be excellent in addition for full release. When you go to these swaps, and this is something they may already be looking at, may add, but these swaps could be a good way to avoid just releasing a ton of legendary or epics or whatever, to where your team's just going to be always changing. You never really get connected to the players you have and get used to them because you constantly just open better store packs, right? So they don't want that, and Goals is clearly doing a good job of limiting those higher value packs. But in the swaps area, it could be a lot of swaps, right? I'm not saying it has to be easy to get them, but maybe it's like 100 basics gets you in a rare, right? Or 20 rares gets you an epic, or 100 epics, 500 epics, whatever number Goals thinks is fair, could get you a legendary, and then like 20 legendaries or something crazy for mythics, right? You should be able to evolve your players, in my opinion, easier up to the higher levels than the swaps, but the swaps would still be a better way to earn your way to an upgraded player or players than store packs, right? Not to say store packs, the way they do it, where it's not putting your money in and the players who have more money can get the best teams, where it's about grinding instead. That's how it should be. I like that, but store packs, it doesn't give you that, like when you do swaps and there's an extremely high number of cards you have to add up, right? You're putting in work to get to that point, right? Because you're earning those packs through challenges, through ranked rewards and things like that. So I feel like it's just a better way because you're sacrificing certain players and potential upgrades to get that next level up of player, right? Whereas in the store packs, you simply are playing, and when you play, you get points, right? So it's more of a trade-off when you do swaps. And obviously, when you're upgrading the player within your team, you're using the player all the way. So that should be the most rewarding, in my opinion, right? So instead of just, I'm going to play 1,000,000 games, where you should get some reward, but not the highest, right? In swaps, to get those higher valued players, you're sacrificing some value to that, right? That's my humble opinion on how it should work, and as far as the importance level goes and the difficulty to get those higher level cards so you can end up with a team full of rares and epics, then legendary cards. There's got to be a challenge to it, and it's got to make sense as far as how you get to that point, right? So that's just something to add to this team building video, team building breakdown, if you will, that I wanted to shout out Tutus or Tutus. My fault if I mispronounced, but Tutus3329 on YouTube, who I just played in a match, a very good match. I got him 2-0, but it was a hard-fought game. Played pretty well defensively, but he kept me on my toes for sure. It was just a great game overall. Showed a lot of good things within Goals because at halftime it was 0-0, and yet we still had an action-packed match, which is the mark of a great football game. When within the game, without goals, which is typically the best part, it can still be fun and action-packed. So shout out for a great game to Tutus, but even more importantly, shout out to him for letting the community know that these upgrades go further than just 3 levels. I did not know that, and kind of how it works. You have to look at the values. So he explained, for instance, that a 78 plus 3 could be better than a 70 plus 5, and then the plus 3 and plus 5 would obviously be these upgrade levels, right? 78 plus 3 could take you to an 80, right? So the plus 3 is better than a plus 5 there because the plus 5 will only take you with a 70 rated player to a 75. So you got to look at the overalls Then once you look at the overalls, you go into the detailed areas, see if you have some kind of specialist, right? See if they fit anywhere. And then if they do, or if they could, if you see stats that aren't quite where you want them, but after a 3-level upgrade, 5-level upgrade, they could be even better, then you decide to keep them. But you can't just look at, oh, I'm going to keep every level, 3-level upgrade player, 2-level. That's how I was thinking before, because there might be a player with only 2-level upgrade that's better than a player with a 4-level upgrade, or whatever it is, right? So you have to make sure you're really breaking down what stats the player has, right? What an evolution will do for them, and then how many levels they have, so you can really understand like what Coach can bring to the table versus a Sparks. Maybe if you had, for instance, Pertuz versus Sparks, and Sparks only had, let's say, 2 instead of 1 levels to upgrade. Pertuz had like 4 or 5, right? Even though right now, 1000% I want Sparks over Pertuz, 2 players from playing in my team, with 5 levels of upgradability for Pertuz, it would be hard to pass him up. Even though right now Sparks is better, you'd be playing for the future with Pertuz. With 5 upgrades, could become an absolute beast, potentially my best player, right? So you got to make sure you're looking at those details. So shout out to Tutis for letting us know that, and also, like I said, for a great game. So that's brilliant stuff, guys. That's really good to know. It really shows you the depth in the detail that goals have already added in the alpha stage. It's just beautiful stuff, man. Can't beat it. All right, let's find us another match as we went to 1708 SR there. Yeah, Tutis, we would love to have you in this community, man. We have a Discord. You probably weren't on earlier, but I was saying I'm going to be creating a 5v5 team. And then we're also going to have our own leagues and tournaments where we do compete against each other, but also like on a team in a way to help each other get better and really show how good this game can be, dude. I'd love to have you as part of it. Just join my Discord. And then you'll be able to get all the info if you're still in here, man. And thank you so much for all the information. It really helps out a lot. All right, so now we go from playing a very good Tutis player who is a division up from us to playing a player division lower. But that doesn't mean anything. He could have just started. He could be vastly improving. So you got to bring it no matter what. Oh, look at that 92 rated striker. Very beast mode striker right there. All right, let's bring it. Let's bring it. In this 5v2, I love using the width. If we're playing real good in this setup, we're spreading our opponent with the width. Right? And stretching them out, then bringing them towards the middle. After we stretch them out. Good save by the keeper. Wasn't the best shooting angle that I was trying to create there, but it'll work out. Ferns has a brilliant cross on her. We saw that coming. Good job by... Uh-oh. It's one of these tackle backer types. It's okay, though. We'll be ready for it. Oh, can't switch players yet there, so that's something we need to be able to do. Good. Good. Oh, nice try. He read it pretty good, actually. Oh, so he knows that little cheap angle. So we were playing a rat, so that's okay. Rats are going to be rats. So see the difference between the losers. So he's just going to go to run to one angle every time, which is okay. Like I said, this version is meant for breaking and for figuring out. So we're going to go high block against this loser. But you see the difference, right? You play a loser like this, congrats. You can run to one area of the pitch when people are trying to play the game. You are a total loser. You're not going to go anywhere. But I'm going to go high block. We'll keep playing. Typically, you could just quit these games if you play these types of losers. But just know, don't judge the game on how it looks against these types of players because they're nobodies. These are the players that really goals once in the game right now so they can fix the stuff to get rid of them, right? And trust me, they're all players and good people that are creating this game. While I don't speak like for them, like I'm not like a speaker for the game, I can promise you they don't want these losers in the game, trust me. And you got to be a loser to be playing an alpha trying to break it in this way. Definitely not winners, that's for sure. Is this you, Harry? I just played a player Tutis, so let me ask you, if this is you, I've played a million players, I'm making videos, but when you're playing like you are, only rats, now you tell me if I'm wrong, but sprinting around, so let me show you. So I can cross every time to my sparks, and I can score it every time. I'm just letting you know. But I don't go for that. So when you're playing and you're going for that one dribbling angle, right? Like, see how you were going to go sprint for that one angle? Do you agree, like, when I could cross to my sparks every time or go for tacklebacks, would you call that being a rat? Or doing this every time. I could do this every time with my higher skill players. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, and this could be me. Like, I'm not a person who can't talk and you know, be reasoned with. But to me, and it's just me, and the chat can tell me if I'm wrong. I know I'm not some huge creator. I don't know how many people are even watching, but that's what drives me crazy. Like, I can go all the way to my left side and cross to sparks the rest of the game and maybe end up scoring on you like half the time, 5 times, 6 times. But I feel like what would be the point of that? I'm not looking to... They're going to fix that by the full release. I feel like there's players who are meant to showcase this game and players who are meant to see what's broken. But you tell me where I'm wrong about that, right? So, and I could be wrong with what your intentions were or are. If this is you, I'm assuming it is. I could be wrong, but I'm glad that you like the videos and stuff, and I could have been mistaken, but that's what it looked like you were going for right off the bat. Just like the tackles, the players automatically go one touch backwards right now, and immediately when you lose the ball, you go after that, like, boom. See how I stole that? I could do that every time, but I'm not looking to showcase the game. I shouldn't have sprinted there. Showcase the game in a crappy way. So that's just me. You play how you want, but I just wanted to point that out, you know. Good defense. I never want to be wrong about someone, that's for sure. Good D. Okay, good. All right. I wanted to make sure because I felt bad if it was. You sounded like such a nice guy. It didn't match how you were playing. Yeah. So my boy Harry B2349, I thought when he came in it was him, but it's so weird because when you play rats long enough, you get to know how they are. And I'm like, this don't sound like a rat. Either he's trying to throw me off or I'm way wrong about him. Yeah, so Harry, when you came in nice at the timing that you did, I thought that was you, dude. I was like, no way. I could tell, you know, because the rat would come and be like, what's up, dude? We're playing, man. Challenging game. Like, I don't know. They just have a certain way if they're trying to troll, and like, that makes sense now, bro. But yeah, I'm glad you like everything, bro. But I do hate when I'm potentially wrong about this kind of thing, though. But it's almost like you can tell. But luckily, I'm only talking to like a PSN, so it shouldn't. If I'm wrong, people would understand where I'm coming from, right? Great tackle. But if, oh no, that was supposed to go to the center. Oh! Had a little glitch. It's always against the rat players, though. Isn't that funny? That's to be expected in the alphas, though. Two. Oh, no! No! Get out of here. Figueiredo's got you. Ah! Whoa! Alright, this dude. It's always the rat losers, bro. It's always these rat losers. Gotcha, buddy. I never see these things happen. You know how that is? You guys ever experience that? Like where only the goofy stuff happens against these lower skilled players. They do everything really bad, but somehow... Oh, what a run. What a ball. You lucky little prick. Good D. Look at that D. Aw, oh, you lucky little prick again. Terrible ball. How the fudge? He's relying on just glitchy nonsense. Like the rat loser that he is. Yeah, these are the players that you don't want to see in this game, bro. No, did I just screw this up? Nope. Great ball. Look at that ball. Nice. Congrats, Harry. That's awesome, bro. Oh, so lucky, bro. So lucky. Oh, no way. And then he runs into me and he gets a reward. These guys are always the same. And then he shot that? No way. Look at that. Oh, so close. Alright, we're getting close, guys. Close to the game. Can we... What did he just do to win that ball? That was hilarious. Sparks! No, what? Oh, I forced it because I saw the line. That was so dumb of me. Yeah, congrats on being a loser. But anyway, yeah, whenever you play these guys, you just shake it down and consider it. Turning into the defenders, running into players, all that stuff's going to be sharpened off. All that stuff gets sharpened up. If you go look at where this dude's going, 1566 SR. Like maybe he just started playing, but it's not even worth looking at because again, total loser. But you see you see my titles of those two streams in a row. That's who I'm talking about. Like losers like that go in and whatever they do, it's like, oh my gosh, it's an alpha version. That means there's going to be tons of glitches. I can win. But it makes no sense, right? They're the guys in the neighborhood that you see growing up that get whooped and everything. They're the worst player on their team, but then you see them in the neighborhood and they get the little brothers on the block to come play against and they whoop up on them and think they're good still. That's them, right? That's them. I like the ball rolls. I really don't like abusing them yet because they look really bad right now, and people will just dog them. Like I know how this works because I went through UFL. So like, say you know how the step over animation doesn't look very good right now. Like it kind of looks goofy. They're gonna sharpen that up, but you get, I do a lot of clips and videos, so if I put that stuff out there, even though they are strong and they're brilliant, what people don't get is like the real ones know those step overs are brilliant, and what they're going to do is they're going to sharpen that look, right? That's easy to do. They've done the hard part. Same with that L1R1 drag back, which they need to, once they add in more defensive animations like losers like the guy I just played, or like those types of players that are running into defenders, and they're not going to be able to do that. They're just able to do it now. So, but what will happen is I'll do the step overs, and then say I start doing them, and some idiot from FC or UFL, they'll be like, look at those step overs, bro. That's from like PES 2001. It's like, dude, this is the alpha version. It's very easy for them to get an animator to come in, and now they have like the what do you call it? The physics down. That's the hardest part. That's what people need to appreciate. Another analogy, since you said you like the analogies, is like I said, it could be zoo animals, and as long as it's true football, it doesn't matter. But unfortunately, when you're doing these and you're promoting games, and like I love the game, right? So I'm trying to showcase it. So like that game I just played against that idiot, even though I know that stuff will be gone, like how he played, I'm not going to put that video out with that game so then people can pick it apart and ignore the fact that it's alpha mode, It fell apart, Harry, dude, exactly. So, but you see what I'm saying? Like the step overs are strong and they could help me in game, but I'm not trying to have people point that out and lose focus on the good stuff. All because like the animations, they will be in there and the step overs are going to look great. But right now, even though they're strong, the animation doesn't look good, if that makes sense. Same with the saves. I scored this rebound goal. In the reaction, in the way the rebound was, it was perfect. And I wanted to show it, but the goalkeepers, all animations aren't totally in yet, and it kind of looked a little wonky. So I'm not going to clip that because even though it was beautiful, like the way the rebound went and the whole goal was way more realistic than like FC was forever with rebounds. They finally fixed them this year, but there's always going to be those idiots that they'll just focus on, look at the goalie here, what was that? You get what I'm saying. So I try to be conscious of that stuff. And then the ball rolls need to be sharpened up a bit too, Just more, I like the physics of it. It's just more the look, like how the player looks doing the move. What other things do I love in this? The finishes are brilliant, dude. The finishes are brilliant. But I've never had those little weird, what the hell? He quit. Okay. Well, whatever. I've never had my player float across the pitch like that. Now, that's normal in an alpha mode, but I'm just saying, alpha version, I've never had that. And then, of course, against some rat, it happens. It's so weird, dude. Harry, so I can tell you're a really good player. Do you want to do you have a 5v5 team right now? Either way, if you could, you should join my Discord, bro. I'm trying to pop off the goals section. I know, dude. I always make the joke when people are like, oh, look at the sweat coming down the player's face, man. Look how the sun's glaring off of Camavinga's head, dude. Look at the tattoos. Look at Trent's tattoos are perfect. They even got the new one of his new girlfriend. It's like, bro, when you're playing the game, you can't see any of that, you idiots. You can't see any of that. They got rid of shadows this year. It's like they could have done that 10 years ago. They should have never had it in there, but they're not real football gamers that make the game, so they don't get it. Because shadows for a player on the pitch doesn't affect them like they do like when you're looking over the pitch when you're playing a video game. So the idiots who added the shadows, they've never played a football game to where they know, like, okay, that's going to be a problem. You can't even see the ball. Like, that should have never been a thing in the first place. You're not playing down at pitch level. You're controlling a whole team of players looking at the pitch from above, and FC didn't get that for years. And Goals gets that, clearly. Even just their initial angle, whether you're far or close, I like the far one personally. They just get it. It's a game made by football gamers, clearly. But yeah, back to you, bro. If you're not, I'm looking eventually, not right now. I know there maybe eventually in a tournament, depending how fast. I'm going to take my time with it, though. I want to start a 5v5 team. And we could have reserves, too, if we eventually. And then I'm going to start kind of an in-house league and tournaments. All good players. We'll play against each other for prizes and stuff, but just looking to showcase goals. Yeah, bro. If you're interested, join my Discord, or if you can find a way to get me involved, dude. I really want to. I think that 5v5 is how they should have done it, in how FC with Rush should have done it. Like, Goals is just on another level with. They're checking all the boxes. I was watching that stream. I can't remember the team names. I might have watched you play, bro. But I love the communication part, dude. I'd love to have it where, like, it's streaming and I could show players how cool it is where you're like everyone's communicating, and man, I love it, dude. It's just brilliant stuff. Do you have a channel? Because if so, I'll follow it and point people there as well. Anything to promote the game. I love this part too, dude. Just little things like this, how I can be in the lobby. Let's see if you can still go practice while in the lobby. Probably not, but let's just test. Nope, you can't. That would have been cool, though. Yeah, the link's in my YouTube bio, man. Just shout out, hey, this is Harry in there, and then I'll know. But like the tournaments and stuff, I'm not huge, as you can see, but I like to get to the point where I can provide prizes. It might be like for the World Cup, like a kit. You win the tournament, you get a kit of your choice, sponsored by the channel. Like I pay for it, or if not, we do cash buy-ins, like $100 tournament. Eventually, I want to get to where it's not even buy-ins. It's like I pay out the rewards. But we did it for eFootball. They're a blast. eFootball's only problem is they couldn't get, for some reason they went AI crazy. Gotcha, Harry. See, I love where they're at with this Amp Arena, and then of course I know they're going to add more arenas. That will be cool. Arenas you can earn, things like that. Looking a little glitchy. We'll see how it goes, though. Win or lose, I just want to play good football, man. I lost to a dude 6-0. He had a very powerful team. He was like 20,000 SR. And he whooped me, dude, in the cup. But he played beautiful football. I stayed for the whole whooping, because it was just great football. And I was trying, and he just my team couldn't compete at all. But it didn't matter because it was showcasing the game in the right way. So it's never about wins or losses. Yes! Oh, the low cross worked. I love when stuff like that comes off realistically. So I've been trying to pass there sometimes, and you gotta go with the low cross. Ah, didn't put enough on that through ball. Know what else is cool about this alpha stage? Ah, what else is cool about this alpha stage is how they that you're constantly getting updates. Ah, great stuff, but I couldn't bring it down. You're getting lucky, buddy. Get out of here with that. I tried. Very beautiful read. Whoa, a little glitchy there, buddy. See, once they have the animations there, we'll be set. Get out of here, bud. Oh, yeah. I love how I couldn't get there, but he got there, eh? Read it like a book. Read him like a book. He's very one-dimensional attacking-wise. No, that was supposed to go out wide. I gotta look if I'm reading that wrong. Or if he is. Beautiful stuff. Oh, see, I'm reading them perfectly, but they don't have... Maybe that player just wasn't good at interceptions so far. Nice. Yeah, I used to... Dude, that game could have been amazing, but they totally just butchered. All these games have done the same. That's where I can tell we're in the right spot with this. I'm going to go all the way aggressive on this guy because I think he's very one-dimensional. I don't think he'll do well. I'm guessing where he's at, but I'm a little too far pushed back to deal with it. I'm not necessarily saying total rat, just he's more of a video game footballer than an actual footballer. See what I mean? Like, silly mistake. Ah, that's got to lead more. It's got to lead more. I felt like the angle was there. I could be wrong, though. I'd have to watch it back. See, like right there, facing the wrong way. I'd love to see that sharpened up where you can really squeeze those angles. Tried to do a step over there and it didn't work. Interesting. Yes, get in. Oh! From those outside angles. Or I might not have been fake. I don't know. Maybe it was me. We'll see. The fake shots don't always work either. They got to work on that too. It doesn't always register. No way. Lucky little prick. No, I was there. Man, I'll tell you what. Some of this nonsense, but that's okay. Let's keep going. Some of this nonsense, guys. Did you see how I read it? I can't believe I'm not getting rewarded for that. Finally. Very interesting on that goal. Maybe I wasn't close enough. I got to look at it. I thought for sure I was there for the interception because she's a beast in interceptions. But sometimes when you're in game, you're reading it wrong. You know what I mean? Cross and pass, it works better. Yeah, because my shoot and pass only comes off sometimes. No, see, like that right there. That glitchy shit will be gone. Look at that. So easy to read this dude. He's just getting off the hook. It's just getting off the hook, dude. It's just crazy that... Nope, mine doesn't go off. That was the cross and shoot. Oh, yeah, if I do it right at the same time, yeah. Oh. Dude, so far, if you guys have noticed, I've read him on each of his goals. I've read him, and then he kicks it through me. It just drives me crazy. Now, again, it's alpha stage. I'm not saying he's trying to do that either, but it's hard not, like, it just comes off very ratty. This dude doesn't even know how to defend properly. I should have cut back. I thought I was giving him more credit than I should have. I thought he was going to play it like I was going to cut back, and I would have blew right by him. But you overthink the intelligence of these players. But see how, like, I'll know right where they're going, and he'll play it through. So I hope they fix that by the time the game comes out. I'll show you what I mean here. Like, you could tell when he's going to cut, but then I can't do nothing about it because they don't have that ability yet. But this type of player is just very slow moving, not very good. So he'll kick it. I'll go, if you go back and look, I wish they had highlights. They don't have highlights yet, but again, it's the alpha stage. See, this is the type of player that you're playing right here. He's just a rat loser that when you kick the ball back, you'll play these, you'll get a group of them, but he lost the ball. Oh, of course he doesn't watch it. But when you win the ball, you'll take a touch like this. Take a touch like this. So what this loser will do, I'll lose it on purpose right here. He'll just run straight in the line once he loses it and go for you. See how he does that there? See what I'm saying? Like, he runs for the ball knowing that they're going to fix that. They're going to fix that. No, and then there's players, speaking of the drag back, they'll do this all game. All game. Guys, this is effective, and if you use it like a real player, but losers like my opponent right here, he's not good enough to know this, but now, like, if he sees me doing this, what you'll see him do next game is just this. Congrats, dude. Look, I could do this all game, buddy. So, like, Harry's saying use it effectively, but a rat loser like this will hear Harry say, use that. And then what you'll see a rat loser like this do is every game now, he'll just constantly do that. Because if I do this, it's very effective. It's kind of broken. So they're going to fix this. If you think a company like Goals made this game so you could do this over and over, you're crazy. But I'm not going to be a piece of crap and use that over and over because I'm not a loser like this dude. You see the difference? It's not just me. And it's the same when people watch Kurt and they get offended, which is why I love that he's part of making this game. When he's like, you're a loser. If you do this, you're a loser. And people get offended. It's like, if you're getting offended, it's because you're not listening. You are 1,000% a loser if any game is out and you're trying to circumvent playing football. But when Harry's saying, dude, use the step over, use the drag back. He's saying like ineffective areas. But what these losers will do, like that loser right there, he sees that, okay, I can lose the ball, but I'll keep sprinting forward and I can get a goal from it. And then if like the one guy who came in the stream afterwards, he would go, it's in the game, dude. It's in the game. It's not going to be in the final. This is an alpha version of a game. Right? We all had this buddy growing up. Right? We're playing 5v5 in the park. We all had this. And you had that one buddy that was terrible. He wanted to be good, but he was too lazy. He was out of shape. He was terrible. And so he would foul all the time because he was bigger, but he sucked. So all of a sudden he turned into American football and would kick the crap out of everyone. And what, man? What? Because there's no referee there. So instead of playing the game the right way, he would ruin it for everybody just because he was too lazy and too crappy to. But he would kick someone in the kneecap, then go and score a goal and be happy about it. It's like that's what these players are, dude. They're ruining the chance to showcase how good the game can be. But I always say it, I'll say it again, because I always fear that my eFootball guys will be in here, or UFL guys, and they're going to see some of these losers and go, bro, I can't believe you play this. Or, guys, this version, Goals wants that stuff because they're going to remove it. That's the difference. No other game has the balls to put out the alpha, but they want to see these dudes. Notice that every one of them are low-rated, low-skilled players. None of them are worth a damn. So let them do that and get their few wins in an alpha mode. So then Goals can get that data and go, okay. Like even I put all my stuff in the Discord to show, and they always respond, dude. They're so good about it. So they're listening, dude. They're listening. But let's say you're in a position where you're dribbling like I was in that one area and I thought the player was going to commit to my cut-in. Harry's right. If I would have used the drag back there, that's a perfect spot for it, and it's realistic. And I would have scored. Now, I thought he was going to defend as if, like, he didn't even slow up, but neither did I, so it worked out. Maybe that's his grand intelligence right there. But typically these type of players are the ones that you actually, like, they're annoying for us to play if you're trying to showcase the game, but they're good for goals, right? Because what a FC, if you're EA Sports, you're trying to sabotage the game, you're going to highlight over and over and over where a defender wins the ball and the attacker just keeps running through them like, look, they still have tacklebacks. They're not, or look, all you got to do is a 2-star skill move and you're successful. Or like they're going to point out dumb stuff. Look at the animation on the step over. We know that it's in alpha stage and where it's at. But that's just what you deal with. So you got to give Goals a lot of credit for knowing all that and still putting the game out. It's pretty badass. There we go. See, mine's still just triggering. There we go. It triggers a lot more. You're right. Harry, you're right. 100%. Great run. Oh, see, like, that's what I like to showcase is, like, I like showing, like, the passing's beautiful. The defensive angles are beautiful. Look at the back post. Look at the back post. Tell me that's not beautiful. Tell me that's not beautiful. The finish and everything, guys. Look at this. That's football. Wide open. And guess what? If you're going to look, oh, look at the settle, and they'll fix all that. They'll fix all that, guys. They'll fix all that. Nice header. The broken angle shot, we already know. Oh, we're playing a rat. So here we go. So remember what I said about Spark. So here we go with a rat loser again. So you try to give him credit every time. All these 1,500 skill rated players are the same. So you heard me say it with Sparks. You see me do the headers with her the whole time. Now, I'm not going to stoop to his level because it will do nothing good for the game. But they're just rat losers, bro. They're rat freaking losers. None of them. These are the players that I wouldn't be surprised if, like, EA Sports sent these losers to, like, come ruin it. Look, tacklebacks, all the bullshit that you typically see from rat losers. And notice I haven't had one tackleback since I started playing. It's not hard. You just play the football game the right way. But you're going to get these rat losers all the time. It just is what it is. And remember, these guys are playing this game for absolutely nothing. They're sitting in their mom's basement ruining a game for no other reason. Like, if you really like this game and wanted it to succeed, you would be playing it and trying to get people to play. I mean, total losers. Nonsense. Once I saw my Sparks was broken with crosses, I noted it in Discord to everybody and then stopped using it. Thought he was going to pass. But it's pointless. Oh, I went in to change my block. Same with that where I went for a tackle. These guys just show. So I could tell you guys a few things, but then I'm just kind of doing their dirty work. So I'll show you. Hold on. I can't pause yet. So what he's doing is taking advantage of the lack of defensive animation. So if he's jockeying, right, and I just want to hold the ball with one player, I can sprint and then I can hold R1. There's just so many things that you could do. I don't want to spread it because there's always going to be those people in chat. But trust me, guys, when I say it, if you know the game, people are watching, you know when you're playing a rat loser. And to be fair with the people who've been attracted to this game, there's not as many. But people like this, pointless. Waste of space. See how I went through him there? I could do that every single time and run right through him if I wanted to. It would be the most pointless thing in the world, though. So I'm not going to do it, and I don't want to showcase it because I don't want the wrong people to hear this and ruin the game for them. So you can sprint, and then because of lack of animations are there, I can just do that the whole time. I don't even have to pass, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to get the ball every time to the left side and just cross to Sparks. I want to showcase the good stuff that's in the game. It's just loser shit over and over and over, bro. With these guys, with these certain players. But we've played tons of games where there's not these types of losers. Notice that every one of these... Look, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? He's showing... He just showcased it right there. He ran square into me. He ran square into me, but there's a lack of defensive animations. Then he got a tackle back. Total pointless rat losers, bro. Notice how I still yet in any of my game sessions have got a tackle back. So when you play these guys, just remember, this is the losers that are showing us what needs to be removed from this game. Look, lack of defensive animations is all it is. So just quit, let them go and get their win. They can go back to their 1500 skill rating. I'd love to see if any of these guys would come in. But, yeah, you'll see him every game. Notice, if you're playing the right way, you never have tacklebacks in the game. You never have players running into the defender, running past him, because we're actually playing. Regular players don't even look for the broken stuff. But if we go look at a loser like that, like same with these last two. I have a 1658 SR now. If we go look at these losers, right? Look at their SRs. $1,500 and $1,500. Surprise, surprise. And what they're going to do every time is just do their rat dumb shit to get their... Let's see. 5 wins, no losses, 1587. So let's say he goes 100-0 with this team. Let's just say it. Let's just make this up. What are you getting out of that? What are you getting out of that? You're still a total loser. Everything that you're doing, the game's looking at to remove. Do you think, let's just pretend you could clip goals right now. I did this yesterday. Let's pretend we could clip goals and go showcase the game, right? So if you look at all my clips, let's go closer. I showed this yesterday. Imagine that loser trying to do that with his goals. Look at this. You're trying to showcase how good the game is. Now watch. Weighted pass. Through ball. Looked like a real goal, right? Look at this one. Now imagine that a loser like that. In his clips, every clip is the same cross or running into and through a defender, holding down R1 so the defenders, because there's a lack of animations, run right by you. So you make the game look stupid. Congrats, you moron. All you did was show good. It was good. You show goals what to remove. But that's where it's either a rat trap for losers like that, or you can showcase an angled header. And then watch. Every one of my goals is different. You won't see another header after that. You didn't even see a header in the last game, even after the rat did it. Look at this. This is one of my favorites. Look at this chip. Look at this chip header. Not a cross. Look at this. So realistic. Look at this. That was a chip header. L1. No other game has it like that. Watch this again. I could show you a million clips. This is me just in a row playing games. Look, the most recent clips. You're not seeing me run down the right side, do the double pass to the second striker and tap it in. You're not seeing the same cross every time. Cross, cross, cross to Sparks. Every time we see something that's broken, we stay away from it. You're not seeing me hold R1 down the middle so the defenders run right by me. All the same loser shit. Let's go to my latest ones. Let's go start this one. Just because you guys have seen the most recent. Look at this. Showing the weighted passing. Actually playing football. Actually playing football. Showcasing the build-up. Not going into defenders knowing that I can. I guarantee you if you see highlights from real players, that's what you're going to see. Only losers are going to take their time on an alpha version of a game to show it. So I always like whenever you play idiots like that to make the game look bad, I like to show the good parts of the game. Watch again. Or no, this is that header, I think. Yep. Let's go all the way down. We can go all the way back.
Good, yes.
Showing the build-up every time. I love that. I love that angled through ball and then the finish. Everyone's different. Everyone's build-up. Now imagine that loser trying to do it, showing him take the ball with his striker from midfield and hold R1, then hold sprint. That's all he does differently every time, or cross it. It makes no sense, guys. It makes no sense. You watch one game and you know exactly what they do every time in an alpha version of a game. But he only has 1500 SR because he hasn't played yet, not because. But he's just going to be another garbage can loser that helps goals get rid of stuff. If you can beat a player like that with full animations, congrats, but you're not going to be able to. Once the defenders have the ability to like shoulder charge and sprint jockey, you're going to be able to keep like with detail. You're going to be able to stop all that stuff. Ooh. So how does Steam work exactly? Is that a whole different controller? That's what I wonder. I wonder what these guys are playing on. Hopefully we can get an actual good game going. To where you're passing back and forth, you're actually defending each other. And then if I get up by a lot of goals, I will literally show you what those two losers were doing, the last two guys I played. I'll literally like show you exactly what they were doing. So you can see exact, which I know I've showed it before, but you never know, new people might be coming in. So look, if I'm sprinting and then I just do this, then sprint, then this, the animations aren't fully in the defense yet, especially if the game's a little choppy. So you can just do this and you're going to get away with a lot, right? And then there's still the ability to kind of run into the defenders too. See what I'm saying? Like, I could do that and have pretty good success if you have a player that, you know, especially if you're in the attack in the run of a game, you can ruin a game just by doing that easily. Now, they're obviously going to add defensive animations as the game goes on, and it won't be in there. So just remember that. Good. Look at that. Oh, that's what I love. Those weighted passes are so brilliant, guys. Cover the angles. If you have good interceptions, you can cover these guys. Good try. What the? Could have sworn I switched my... Oh, no. Corner. Offsides. Yes, she played it to me. Oh! Didn't get a full touch on it. Good. I like how that off-balance pass didn't go through. That was good. Good D. Ah. What a save. Here to get out of this low block. This was just supposed to be as an example. I keep forgetting to switch it back. I like playing 70 high. Sometimes I go aggressive, but I like playing 70 high. No cancel yet. I thought it was coming in. I didn't know it was going that far. Couldn't cancel it to... Good. See how the step overs don't look very good, guys? You can see somebody eating those up who is just a hater. See that too? That would have been a tackle. Not that he was purposely going for something. Oh, what? How did that not get through? Defensive animations there. We'll win that. Way to get up. I like the headers. Oh, you little cheating little bitch. Oh, what do you know? Players that don't go for tacklebacks. Interesting. Because rats don't even know. This player might not even know about it, but that's the thing. You only do that stuff if you're a rat loser. Because that's the only way you would know, like, you know? Or you would see and go, oh, if I do this, I can get the ball back. Yay. Watch this double cross, so I like this. Oh, it didn't go through. The double cross on the ground is so sick. Oh, I tried it. Man, Sparks' shot has been terrible this game. Usually she's a beast there. Gotta get my finger off sprint there. Might as well try it. 62% can't talk possession. Trying to play some football here, boys. No, what the? I don't know what happened there, guys. I can't tell you. Sparks was wide open. No idea if I fat fingered that or what I did there. Oh my God, see what I mean? I read it like a book. Beautiful ball. Oh my gosh. Pertuz is brilliant in this area. Oh, but I couldn't get a good shot off. Good try, buddy. I saw where he was going for it. See what a good football game looks like, dude? It's 0-0, and this is way more fun. I gave that guy credit for his rat goal, too. I don't care if this dude wins 1-0, even though, see, this is the shitty part. That sucks. That's a game. Right when I said it, too, he scores a shit goal. Not his fault, but it is what it is. 2 tacklebacks now, so whatever. I guess maybe we do. I don't know. You guys be the judge on who's a rat. I don't give a shit. They mean nothing, but I just try to showcase what the difference is. See, in a real game, you're going to be able to switch between your players there, too. What's going on with that? Why is it doing that to me? I don't get that. Alright, so game's getting a little wonky today. So why are we not switching to the right player? Look, he did the same thing. This game's been a little weird for both of us. It kind of sucks for both of us, I can tell. But you're going to have that, dude. It's alpha stage. So the one thing I'm noticing in this one, today's like this game right here, there's a lot more of those ones where, look at that beautiful through ball angle. The weighted pass is still on, but when it's not switching your target, I don't know if you guys are feeling that today. It might be the connection too. Looks like I'm at a server in Belgium. I found out that's the server area. At first I thought that was the location of my opponent. I think that's like the server area. Our server that we're using is in Belgium. So Midwest United States, quite a bit away from Belgium, but that shows you how good the connection is Goals has. Because it's still way better than like a FC game would be and stuff. So the connection's brilliant. But some of those balls where like I'm locked on my winger because it won't auto switch the player yet, and it goes to my striker, it's locked on my striker and it goes to my winger, but it won't switch even though the winger is there to receive the ball. Great, good. Oh, good D, great D by this player. And I think he's probably going through the same exact thing. What it looks like. What a ball, one-timer. Yes. That's that double square low cross, guys. I wanted that instead of shooting from that angle, because shooting from that angle is like an automatic goal right now. And it looks cool to finish, but I'm not in, I want them to, if that angled shot is realistic, like the goalie's going to miss it, then yeah, of course it should be a goal. They earned it. But now that I'm up 3-1, maybe I can show you. It's still kind of a close game. I don't want to do my opponent dirty, but if I get in wide open, I'll show you the angle I'm talking about. I just always hate showing the bad stuff because you don't want the rats, because it's the alpha, I'll do it. But I don't want to like accidentally teach these rats what to do. So look, if you come at this angle right here, I couldn't get to it. If you come to like just to the side of the 6 across to the back post, it's typically automatically a goal. Not hard enough. I want to hit that ground cross. Good game to Panther Tour. Yeah, we had a couple bad goals, but to be fair, it's a pretty choppy game, and he did a pretty good job. trying to play football. We both had those instances where we kind of accidentally got tacklebacks, almost just on accident, I swear, how it looked. We were just trying to get back and defend, it kind of like went into us. I think his was passed into me. I could be wrong. I wish I could show that game. If you guys go back and ever see the dude who whooped me in the cup, dude. He was probably the best player I've played yet in goals, and he did such a good job. Or no, it wasn't the player who whooped me. It was a closer game, but the dude who whooped me had like, it was crazy what his team looked like. But there was another closer game. It could have been 10-0. But the way he was playing football was just beautiful. He was easily the best pro I've played, but he showed the game in such, it looked amazing. God, I wish I could remember which stream, because I wanted to highlight that video. Yeah, so once they get those animations better for like ball rolls and the drag backs are good. They just need to nerf it in a way like, okay, if I defend it, same with the when you slow down, like you're sprinting, then you slow down, and you have high tight ball control like stats. It's almost impossible to not over compensate when you're jockeying and stuff. They need to make that where there's an animation, because realistically, if you stay with the player and you guess the right direction like you do, like I was with that last player, you're going to win the ball, right? When the defender comes right across the front of you and would have taken the ball, but like there's no animation to do it, of course, that's because it's the alpha stage. I didn't take a look at my team lately. Let's see where I'm getting. We're getting there. We're getting there. For the culture, why not? I want to see one pack where I get just like a crazy player, or like 6 levels to level up. Wait, wasn't it Hoffer that I just got? 3 levels. She could be a beast. Ah, but shooting's really low. Dribbling, passing. Maybe defensively. Probably not, though. Let's do swaps real quick. Ah. We'll check them. Go to collections. Oh, check them after the game. 1846 Super Fetus. I'm interested to see this team. Super Fetus. Did I play this guy before? Good. Ah. Good. Yes, you're in Sparks. Oh, you little. Good patience by him. I thought he was going to kick it right into me. I didn't put enough on it. Just having good players, that's all it is. No other jockey. But that's alright. Good goal, I guess. I just hate those non-build up. I don't know. What do you guys think? When you're watching, when you're playing, yeah, this dude's just another loser, bro. Same shit, different day. It does nothing for the game. Notice how many times I've had it on the wing and I just don't cross it. We get it. The crosses work. Right? We get it. The crosses work. Congrats. Imagine if I just got it over here every time and then went for a cross. Right? It just, I can't even imagine. I don't know. If I get it to Sparks, it's almost automatically a header until they fix it. But they know that. I've seen it in the thing. They know that they have to update that. Look, he's going to the angle, back post. He didn't know how to shoot it, but if he powered that right, back post, that's a goal. These losers. But he's going to end it in an alpha stage where he's like, congrats, bro. What are you going to get out of that? It's just so pointless. Congrats. Good job. They just don't make sense. Again, go back and look, and I could be wrong about this loser, but why I say that? Try to imagine them clipping any of this to show like, oh, this game's good. I can't see any of it. There's no like showcase the passing, showcase. You get what I'm saying? Like I've shown the one cross that looks good. So then what are you going to do after that? You know, like we're in an alpha stage of the game. These players, I still have yet to see any good up, back, and throughs, any passing patterns. Since when are these morons thinking like it's fun to... They're like doing all the broken thing. Run to that broken left angle, shoot it back, which that dude had a terrible shot. But the crossing, the run to the back angle, the broken L1 and R1 that I showed a couple times. Imagine if you just do that over and over. How could that be fun? You're making the game look bad in an alpha stage. I'm just not seeing where these people are getting the point in playing. Like I would have rather that dude was getting his ass kicked in football, but so then what's it gonna be when they make the game? Do you really think, again, I say this to all these losers doing this, do you really think that Goals is going to put out a game where you losers can do the same 1, 2, 3 things and just that, oh, now we're gonna get to the top? Are you guys that dumb? Yeah, let's see. I think that player was a PlayStation. We could even ask him. Like, if you guys don't believe me, go back and watch those goals. 0 to do with football. 0 passing, 0. It was just using higher rated players to do the dumb shit. Oh, he is. Super fetus. Let's ask him in a nice way and just see if he would come in my stream. Maybe he will. Super fetus 44. This will be an interesting thing, because if I'm wrong, I'd love to know it. Super fetus 44. Hey, what's up, bro? I'm on stream right now. I was gonna ask you a couple questions. Like, I just played against you. Um, I'm trying to showcase goals, and I'm just interested in your play style. Is that a good way to ask it? I literally just want to know, like, if we go back in stream and watch those goals, I don't get the point, right? Like, I'm streaming, and let's say I could have all 90 players. Let's just say they all were, and I knew I could go cross every single time. Would you guys watch that? Or I knew I could do three things. I knew I could cross, sprint to the corner of the edge of the six and hit it back post. And then I knew that I could constantly do the L1, R1 pullbacks and the defenders wouldn't run by. And then the fourth thing is I could constantly slow dribble down the middle and the defenders are going to run by me. If I just do those four things, just imagine. Forget about the up back throughs, forget about the passing, just imagine those four. That's all I do every time. Because that's what these players do if you think about it. These rat losers, they're doing the same thing. They're crossing, they're doing this over and over, over and over, right? Holy shit, I'm frozen like crazy. Over and over, and then they'll take the ball from the middle, right? Just imagine every time I sprint, then I do this. And then I run around the edge and get a shot, or I cross it. Just those four things over and over. It's crazy to me. And then you guys are watching. Then imagine me clipping those and stuff. Now, these guys aren't even doing it for a channel. They're doing it for the fun in their own home, which is even worse. Because they're not even... Who are you winning for? Who are you doing it for? Like, wouldn't that make you want to actually play football more? Because you have no reason to play the game that way. Like, it's not like winning matters for you. Who are you trying to impress? Your mom? Right? Oh. Makes no sense. No goals in build up from them. I never understand it. I never will. I'm trying to understand. So they're sitting in their house doing this for what? I never could ever understand it. You would think if you're playing a football sim, you'd want to be like, dude, what a goal, or like recreate your favorite football moments and stuff. But they never do. Like, see, like, this is how I like to play. Oh, he was offsides. I like to, like, build up and create goals like you see. Now, like, oh, I can get to my broken angle from here, guys. I can get to my broken angle. Good D. So see, once they add the animations there, that's going to be sick. Same with that cutting through ball. You know that will be able to get through there. Oh, the delay. Fuck off. Get out of here, bro. Easy to read. Easy to read. You're in, Coach. Whoops. Didn't mean to throw that yet, but I did. Golazo. Again, build up, proper build up, passing, scoring, not slow rolling. I know he might think I'm a rat because I was just trying to show like at the beginning the pull, even though I didn't do it in any bad spots. So I'm not giving him any leeway. Oh no! Look at that, dude. That's how you showcase. Oh, he was off. I triggered him too early. But see how you can make those cutting runs? Like, that's the most beautiful part of the game right now is you can create these incredible passing plays, which is football, right? That's the main way you create goals is passing. Not running to a certain angle. See what I'm saying? Like beautiful passing like this. Now you can cross it. Oh, but why would it go there instead of my actual player in the middle? That was kind of weird. Why did that go to that back player? I had a player in the middle wide open. Was I pointing in the wrong area? But that like those passing plays, that's what football is. So what these guys do instead is passing, instead of passing and moving, they'll walk up the pitch and try to go to that one broken angle, or try to get that cross that's broken, or try to get. You see what I mean? I played one player early on. I was smoking. I scored, then he would come down and score. I scored, but he scored the same way every time. There's a one dude you guys remember. You guys got to remember this one if you were on. I got 10 shots to his 4. He got 4 shots, same player, same angle. Right? He just went for the broken shit every single time. The one broken thing, he couldn't make one passing play do one thing, and he tried to like defend it. It was the clearest rat crap I've ever seen. It was crazy. Look at that. Cut in. Good. Boom. Play in. Good. I like that aerial challenge, though. Why didn't she run there? That made no sense, did it? Alright, we're getting a little goofy here. This stupid ass little rat bitch, dude. Can't stand these rat losers, man. They can never get a real goal, can they? They can never do anything for real. They always got to get this dumb bullshit. Look at this. Again gets lucky. Rat, loser, little bitch, man. Zero skill from these assholes. Only these losers get these types of fucking goals every time. Starting to drive me crazy. I might need to take a break from playing for a little bit. The rat shit's making me sick. Look, how is that even happening? They gotta fix some of this shit. These losers that dribble into players and shit, all for the sake of winning because they suck at football, bro. It makes no sense. But goals has to understand that they're in the game. Can't make a pass to save their life. Easy to read. Easy as hell to read. Zero idea how to build up properly. Get out of here, bro. Too easy. Loser. Just everything's always rat trash. What a... Oh. See what I'm saying? Trying to play good football. I'm actually playing football. Oh my god, how dumb can these guys be? They should be punished for being that stupid. What was he even throwing it there for? Game can't keep up with where I'm at, guys. Game can't keep up. You saw what I was going for. Trash goal every time, dude. Oh my god. So wait a second. This little bitch. I swear to God, this little bastard's glitching out the game. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Did you see how she didn't do the cutback there? What the fuck was that? I know he's not, but it feels like that big time. Well, at least I don't think, bro. If you're glitching out a alpha of a game, then you truly got a problem. Oh my god, I did it again. And this little rat bitch is gonna get a fucking terrible ball, though. Oh, guys, it drives me crazy. Allow a hold to skip animation goals, please. It's very easy to do. Very easy to do, guys. Very easy to do. And you miss out on all this stupid shit that can screw up the game. Hold to skip on a throw-in, and you skip out on all this dumb shit. Hold to skip on throw-ins and corner kicks. Please add it. I want it tonight. Very simple. Every game has it, so you're going to have people doing those bad throw-ins every single time. Now, it's easy. Like, look, if you get used to it, it's not that bad because it's just shorter animations. But it is annoying as hell. Guys, I can't begin to explain how bad these players are. Look at this. You're so bad, bro. That's your decision. He's just ready for all the loser shit. Who's ready for this? Like, how in the fuck did he... Who makes these fucking losers? Like, playing for tacklebacks and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, who does that shit? I hate... We're getting to a rough spot, guys, with the connection, with the combination of these players. They're playing like total idiots. Look at the game drains. Did you see how my Sparks ferns out? Let me find out, dude. Let me find out that these losers have a way to do this dumb shit. Look at this. You never see this. You never ever see this trash in goals. Look, he's just going for it. Like 100% this loser is going for this shit. Without a doubt. Offsides because of fucking stupid ass lag. Never. This is my first game that I've had this happen, guys. First one. It's hard to believe, and this loser's going for the tacklebacks every single time. He's just terrible. What? And it skipped over my player. Look at this. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. I gotta talk to this loser, bro. How is this possible? He knows what he's doing. Only the loser like this would go for this same shit over and over. This dude's terrible. This dude crawled out of, and that's what you do, you run away. Oh my god, it's such a fucking joke. If I was goals, I would try to like cut this game off right now so people didn't see how bad this looks. Then he forces a ball and gets lucky. Such a joke, guys. Can't begin to tell you. And then he fouled me. Oh, man. Yes, what a ball. You're in. Good read there. Too easy. Again. Dude, can't stand this tackle back fucking loser, bro. You're in. Only this fucking loser, dude. I can't even understand it. If you guys could feel the lag just in this game alone, just this one, that's never in the game. So this, it's just hard to believe this low-level loser isn't doing this. Notice that Sparks every time. Remember my goal the last game against? Look it, and then she's offsides. I don't know what to do, guys. He's so bad that he can't take advantage of it. Look, and then he's done that 6 times too, like me. Never once have I won the ball because I'm a step behind. How is it only lag against these types of players? You know what I mean? Thank you, finally. Stupid. That was terrible, guys. We got to watch that game back. I've never had a game like that yet. I need overlays, too, so you guys could have seen just how painful that was. He used a 1680 SR. I love the golden goal aspect, though, dude. That's huge. In a game where it's not lagged out of its mind, that's huge. Now, again, you won't be playing players from goddamn Antarctica, wherever that guy was from. But I only have one question ever when people are like, well, how do you know there's a rat? Go back and show me how many times in total. You guys have my streams. If you watch through, less than you could count on 2 hands is the amount of tacklebacks I've gotten. Meaning, as an attacker, losing the ball and running through the defender and getting it. Usually when it happens, it's in the run of play, right? You can't, what am I going to do? You can't help it. I want you to go count how many times the players I'm calling rats. Go count how many times in a game they make blatantly bad decisions and just continue running forward. Like they're meaning to do it. You see the difference? When you're trying to go around the defender, like again, there's certain angles where, okay, crap. But you're trying to go around the defender typically, or pass around the defender. Your left analog stick's not going to be pointed in that direction. It's like a kamikaze. So these guys literally can't get around you, so they try to go through you. They play it into you, continue their run at you, knowing that your initial touch in this alpha mode, knowing that's out, puts you in a vulnerable state to get tackle backed and they can run through and get an open shot. Once they get it where we can look at the highlights, I can show you. If you look at his goal, it's exactly how he scored. Now, he would have scored 7 other ones like that, but he was bad. So there's no way you can tell me it's a coincidence that out of that whole game I got what? None maybe? 1 or none tacklebacks in my favor, like where I actually ran through the defender. And he got literally, what was it, about 15, 20? That was crazy. There's no way you could say a coincidence 15, 20 different times. And in the past, since I've started this session, I've maybe gotten 3 to 5. Because, like I said, some are in the run of play, not 20. So, rightfully so, this dude loses. Good thing. Otherwise, that would have been a whole waste of time. So, maybe it's just a connection right now. You're going to have these types of sessions. Wasn't the end of the world. We got the victory there. Just doesn't make the game look very good, so there's no point. Right now, it's all about sharpening this game up while having fun. And we already got the glitches. We know what these typical players are going to do, so there's no point. You know, it's not like we're learning something new. The same 4 the most powerful glitches in this game. The crossing, if you have a good crosser, like a good finisher, like my Sparks is like an 80-something, but you got to remember, you're playing against certain 70-rated cards, you're playing players you normally wouldn't play out of the realm because it's the alpha. So crosses are very boom, boom, boom. You can score them a lot. And they look sick. They're doing good with crosses, but if it's my rules, it's got to be in the run of play, right? I'm not going to be like one of these losers that sits over there and tries to force it. Well, it can score, yeah, because it's broken. If it's in the run of play, I use it. Same with anything. If it's in the run of play, that's it. The players who are taken, they'll have like a attacking mid. Let's say I put Ferns in there. She has like 40 attacking. She normally wouldn't. She's got like 99 dribbling. Now, I've showed this with her runs from center back, but I just do that hard sprint around the left or right side near the edge of the 6, and you just shoot a far post, pretty high power. It's pretty much an auto goal. The cross is that constantly spamming the L1, R1 pullbacks. You can even spam a little bit if you're right in the middle of like a step over, the defender will kind of run through you, and then doing the whole slow dribble down the middle. And what it is there's no animations for like the defender to put their shoulder into you. It doesn't have any. It's just kind of an auto tackle where you just take the ball off their foot, right? Or if you commit a challenge, they don't have the different angles covered, the different animations. So what happens is you'll defend them perfectly, and your defender will go sweeping right by their feet, even though in a normal game you would win that ball, right? So you get players that are, I gotta win, I can win by, and they'll just use that stuff. I'm not gonna do that. It's pointless, and it does no good for trying to get people to see how good this game can be, right? Nobody wants to see me do the same 4 stupid glitches every time. I'm going for creative goals. I'm trying to showcase the passing, the movement, stuff like that. Let me actually look before we end it. I'd like to pull this up and make sure I'm not wrong about that last player, because for one, I'm going to see his SR. And it's so cool that you can do this, man, by the way. Shout out to Goals for all this detail, dude. They've done a fantastic... Okay. So this dude had a 1677. 22 and 14. Pretty soon they're going to have full ratings. I can't wait for that, too. I don't know why my Ferns doesn't count, though. It only has 2 matches played. What the hell, man? She's played way more than 2 matches, baby. What the hell, man? What's Kocha got so far? This dude's got to be, like, mad. 28. So Fern's probably, like, 15, maybe. 44 goals in 28 games. This doesn't include the cup run, either. Goals per 90-minute, goal and a half a game. Dude, what a beast. 17 assists ain't bad, either. And that's my lowest-rated player by far. Dude, he's fully boosted, though. but it's at elite pace and finishing. I'm looking for another one of him that's like a specialist. But let's look at Sparks. See, she's way further. Way more well-rounded, but her dribbling hurts her. 24 matches, 25 goals in 24 matches. Still amazing, but nothing near my boy Kocha. Nothing near my boy Kocha. And let me see if I'm playing her withdrawn. I don't think I am anyway. I think I'm playing... Whoops. Drop the control-y. By the way, when I was trying to show like how the depth actually really works in this game, I didn't change it, so now I got to change from a deep block. I haven't even been wanting to play. I like playing high at 70. So just to show you, high at 70. That's why I typically play. That's what I'm at. I'll show you what I was checking. So high at 70 long. You know what? No, long's right, because I can always call them back with R1. Player roles. Yeah, they're both on attack. Because then I can always call them back with the R1. And then they'll, of course, add more as they go. Alright, so going back in, let's check this dude. And then I want to check out this game. Alright, so this last dude I beat. This super fetus beat me. Complete rat, this guy. I don't think he ever messaged me back, did he? Another updating goals. Let's see what that was. No. I still got these from these rats. Notice how I haven't really had that in this game, though, dude. Look at... Well, General Chef, he's a cool dude. I love this dude. He's the one, he kind of gave me the lowdown on what's going on in Mexico with UFL because they lost their service. Oh, don't know what that says. Probably something mean. Super fetus. This is the one I want to read. Let's hear what it says.
I was going to ask you a couple questions. Like, I just played against you.
Hey, what's up, bro? I'm on stream right now.
To, like,
I was going to ask you
I'm
a
trying
couple
to showcase
questions.
goals,
like,
and I'm just interested in your play style.
I'm trying to showcase.
Yeah, I wanted to ask him, like, bro,
in your play style.
You're going for those same 3 ways to score. Are you doing that every game? And I'd like to hear him say no, because there's no way he's not. And I was just like, what? Are you trying to become the best alpha version player in the world? That's why I wanted to ask, like something like that. All right, so if you don't know me from the other games, like when I play these players, I literally ask them logical questions, and then I try to get them to break down their gameplay, and it's hilarious because when you hear rats they can't. It's not football. They'll be like, so what I did here is I knew that you were delayed, so I just sprinted into your defender knowing that I was just going to bump off you and go through on goal. All right, so what I did here is, so right here I knew that there's a glitch where your defense can't do anything about this ball. So yes, I just pressed triangle there knowing your defense would lock up and shot it into the net where you couldn't move. Like, it's not... Yeah, so I saw my attacking midfielder was wide open because he had his 2 central midfielders pushed up. So I overpassed my cam, played right into my striker, knew I was laying it back to my cam who was wide open. As I was laying it back, I triggered the left winger, and I played that one-time through ball to the left. All the while, I had already triggered my striker by holding L1 and X when I laid it to my cam. So now I did a double square cross into my striker for the goal, and it's just one of the patterns I like to use. Like, right? Like, you have different build-up styles. Imagine any manager. Imagine Pep taking his team like, all right, guys, there is a glitch in football. In this game today, we just cross all game. If you cross all game, you're good to score 3 or 4. So we're going to play a low block, and then we're going to cross. All right, guys, let's get after it. Just imagine like, Makes no sense. And UFL would be like, all right, guys, so there's a glitch in the game where you can put a rocket up your butt and everyone can get 99 sprint. Right? It doesn't matter how slow. Van Dyke, you can get 99 sprint. So what I want you to do is when you get the ball, hold, R1 and R2 and just sprint in a straight line. Like, obviously players in real life don't have buttons, but my point is it doesn't translate. There is no, all right, we're playing against a 4-4-2 today, right? We're playing a 5-2-1-2. Let's take advantage of the width to open up the opponent. Then we play it into the center and we take advantage of our triangles with our two CMs, our cam, and our play it out to the left or right overlapping wingbacks that turn into left and right mids in the attack. Once we stretch them out, we get it back into the center. We preferably look to play from our striker's feet to our cam, and from there, you're our quarterback, Elaine. You try to see what's going on from there. If you can take it and shoot yourself, go ahead, right? If you see an opening to make a run from deep, to get a ball, either a low cross from the wing or regular cross, or to get a ball through from the CMs, do that. Like, there's no game planning in how these guys play. It's like, oh, the crosses are broken, just cross. That's it. Get the ball, go for a cross. Or run to that one angle at the side of the 6. No matter what, just sprint for that angle every time. Right? He might stop you 90 times out of 91, but you'll get that one. Just sprint for that one angle because it's an automatic goal. Like, there is no football in how these guys play. So this one's weird because he was constantly like 30 tacklebacks, but then he played really bad, but then he has a pretty good SR. So I want to see what his... This is awesome. So we're not there yet. But we will get there. Look, they don't have this stuff yet. Wait. Oh my God. They have all these different ratings for the players. The overall rating. Oh my goodness. This is incredible, guys. Damn, look at my Salah played amazing. 8.9. Beautiful from the Saudi Arabian. Terrible by Sparks, which she did play terrible. Of course, as usual, Ferns and Altani played amazing. Look how bad his 90 rated. I smoked his attackers. His center mids were the ones getting a lot of good play. But so did my Pertus did great. The player of the whole game was his center back, 9.0. Both of his center backs just stopping my guys. And then 9.4 for this one. Wait. This was the player of the game, his left center back, Adriano Mendez. Holy crap. Looks like a beast, doesn't he, guys? Only 81 defense, though. 66 defensive IQ. What the hell? I think that was the one who messed up on the line. Dude, I love the detail in this. I thought it was just rating. I didn't know you could look at, like, look. Expected goals. He wasn't expected to get shit. Sparks kept missing. Look at her. I told you guys she kept missing her ass off. I knew it. She got 0. She's supposed to get... She's supposed to assist. Dude, you can learn a lot from understanding these and reading these guys. My new Frigario, sorry. Fortunata Frigario. What a name, by the way. She played amazing. Fortunata Frigario. Beautiful football. Dude, that's awesome. If you guys didn't know, you can read all those stats, which is so badass, by the way. Props to these freaking geniuses. Goals are beast. Wish I could look. Oh, well, I can't because I streamed it. This was the dude who beat me in Golden Goal the last time on some dumb shit. Oh my gosh, I remember this dude. He was way higher. Oh my goodness. This is the dude. He is a complete rat. Guys, earlier in this game I was like, this reminds me of the player that kept going. So what he would do is go for the inline, ground cross, inline, ground cross, inline, ground cross every single time. Now this is when I had just started. So I literally, what was that? Oh no, this was 12-14? Yesterday? Which game was this? We gotta find this game, guys. Can you click in and get the details here? Oh my gosh, you can. Which game was this? Oh my god, you can... This game, dude, goals. You guys are incredible, bro. No other game does this. No other game does this. Yellow card. I got a yellow card in the 6th. No. Yellow card. That was a goal. I scored in the 6th minute. He scored in the 16th and 25th. Then he made it 3-1. Halftime. Then I made it 3-2 with Kocha. He made it 4-2. I gotta find this game. We didn't even go into extra time. This isn't the player I'm thinking about. This was yesterday? Damn, I wish I remembered playing this guy. Well, I got revenge. He looked terrible today. I can't even believe he got 4 goals on me. But I told you that game felt extra, like, glitchy, dude. I'm telling you. Oh, yeah, look at this. So it looks like we both got some trash goals. Upper 2's played amazing. Huh, I don't remember that at all. I want to go back and look at my my goal there. Dude, that's insane that we can look at all that stuff. Don't miss out on these videos, guys. Tons of information here. I want to relive that last game real quick. Because I don't like being out of pocket, man. But we knew the rats would come. I actually was warned about it. So it's not like it's something that's like surprising to me or anything. Holy crap. I didn't even see you guys. My OBS froze. I haven't even seen any of you guys. Whoever's still here. The good thing is that the game has an app where I can be able to... Yep, it's badass. Also, they work on a way in which someone can be able to... Their inputs to one. They're going to add that. I think you already can. Check if you can. You just got your legendary player pack. Dude, can you play that rat again? Beat that guy. So let me see. I'm ranked top 200 in the world. Guys, for some reason my OBS froze. I didn't know I was ranked top 200 in the world. Let's see where we're at. Uniforme, that's who I beat. Oh yeah, I'm 193. Go figure. Hell yeah. We'll take it. I didn't even recognize that. Sorry guys that I couldn't see until now. You guys probably think I was ignoring you, dude. Shoot a W in the chat if you're still there. My apologies. I want to go to that game and check that. I can't believe my OBS froze. I figured because the last person I saw was my boy Harry. So I missed Big Crib and Dave. I'm sorry I missed your guys' stuff. I didn't even recognize I was ranked top 200 in the world. That's crazy. Okay, hold on. So here's 1-1. Here's the game winner. So I want to see how I got this. Okay. Offsides. The lag was crushing this game, guys. Last game 5-4. This game 1-1. But he was making so many bad passes. This game drove me crazy, dude. See how my defender is just those extra steps. Beautiful by Ferns. Love the defensive IQ. All right, see how I didn't send him? I faked it to go to feet. Then I sent him. So the play was good. I mean, I don't know. He challenged for it. It's a pretty shit. It's not my goal that I would like to score, but if you look at, like, remember, this lacks some animations. Oh, I think he tried to kick it at me, by the way. Like, watch what he does. He was very simple-minded. See? Unbelievable cheese. Why would he... Just terrible decision-making. He could have probably won the game right there. Right here, they got to do a hold to skip. Because, see, he messed up too. But for some reason, my balls were going straight to him. His didn't. But every game you're used to skipping a cut scene there. They got to do something where they... Because people for years have been used to cut scene. They got to do something where you hold to skip or something before. Or like hold to start your free kick or whatever it is. So see, he tried to clear it into me. One more time. Offsides. He rushes on accident. Does what we both did. Because we're used to the cutscenes. You can tell he's played other football games, obviously, too. Makes a huge mistake. Right there, dude. You can't mess with Ferns. Ferns is a beast. Although this Figueroa right here, she was incredible the whole game. All right, good, Dave. Thanks, buddy. Big Crib, it looks like I missed you, man. I'm sorry, man. Let me scroll this down. Nope. Dave, I'm glad you're still here. I wasn't ignoring you, man. I literally was in OBS and it froze. So the last one I saw was Harry. And this Alan Diaz, you're funny. Nice troll, but yeah, right. Switch to UFL is broken. This is an alpha, bro. This game is crushing everything. Even watching this back, this doesn't look as bad as it felt. So that's hats off to goals. And this game felt terrible. But you're playing people like we're playing on a server in Belgium, dude. This dude might be, who knows. What is the ping? I think it was like 112 ping. And it still plays this good. This game is a shit. So look. So if you look at the details, and I guarantee this has happened to me too, where I gave a goal and was like, this is ratty, and it wasn't. So I'm not saying it's just, but look. So he wins the header, but look what he tries to do. It was silly. I don't know why he tried to do this. He tried to clear it. And he, like, messed up. He tried to clear right off the bat instead of holding possession of it. Or heading straight to this player. He tried to clear it. And I like the quick recovery time because in eFootball, for instance, once he did that, he would have been like frozen. But I was quicker. But yeah, me and him will meet again, no doubt. I saw him up there in the top 200 as well. So I'll take it. But yeah, sorry for you guys, to the guys whose comments I weren't seeing. I don't know why it froze like that, but... So yeah, we'll end on that. Thanks for letting me know, Big Crib. Top 200 in the world. What an achievement. But it's literally about showcasing the game. And the reason why I say what an achievement is I'm doing without being a rat loser. So at the end of the day, hopefully I've been doing a good job showing you how good this game is. It truly is an incredible game. All this crap, it's good in this version to come out now because goals can fix it. But like I said, I want, for myself, I'm not going to be a guy that, oh, look, this is broken, guys. I'm going to whoop everyone with this broken thing. Or like, no, I want to showcase the good parts. And there's plenty of great in this game. That last game was pretty much probably the worst the game's felt. It might have been that other 5-4 game like with him that was the other worst one. And it could just be where we're at in the connection area. But my theory is like, bro, if you're not really ratting, it's, let's say it was by chance, even though 20 tacklebacks in a game to my like 1, it's hard to believe that, but let's just make believe there is a chance he was trying to actually play football. You're just talking to a Steam ID or a PSID or Xbox, so then the person would understand and they would go, oh yeah, I get why you thought that, blah blah, and then you move on. But I just don't see it with how that dude play with all the tacklebacks. And if you run across those guys and you're frustrated like I was in the game, it's gonna be gone. And the game still played much better than the other football games that are a nightmare with delay and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. Stay tuned for more content. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it was a little more like of a frustrating, but at the end of the day, we ended with the W, beating some good players. Rats are what rats are, and we'll keep moving on, boys. Keep grinding, keep having fun. Like, subscribe, check out my YouTube link for ways to join the channel and help the channel while getting great perks. And join my Discord. It's free, badass community. Remember, I am looking for 5v5 players and players to join OGFC for our initial leagues and tournaments. I want great football players only, right? We want to compete. We're going to be competing for rewards. There's going to be tournament series. We're going to see who can win the most tournaments, who can get the most rewards. There is going to be cash prizes. 5v5, obviously, we're going to be jumping in, playing for fun, playing in tournaments too, though. So it's the start of OG Esports, OGFC Esports, whatever we decide to name it. But you will be an official member of OGFC, but at the same time competing with each other in tournaments and leagues just to show how good this game can be. And when you're doing it for prizes and you know it's going to be good football, there's nothing better to watch. There's nothing better to participate. So if you're interested, join my Discord. Details and all that will come soon. Peace out.